Welcome to yet another episode of Around the Mage Table. This is episode 94 of the podcast. For the rest of us, I will start by saying Ayaski. Am I correct in understanding that today may be your birthday?
You sure are.
Oh.
I know you hate when I do that, but it's my birthday, so you gotta.
It's your birthday. You are in the clear, my friend. Go crazy.
Yeah, it's my birthday today.
Oh,
I started it off
birthday,
strong by waking up an hour late for work, so that was a good way to start.
Dude, if I woke up an hour late for work, I would just simply not go. Like,
yeah.
What did you wake up an hour late just because you were like fuck it?
No,
or?
I woke up at 6:58 and I was like, oh shit, and then that was it. Yeah, no, I slept through my alarm.
Too late grinding that classic, raid, right?
No comment on why that might have happened, but there might have been a late night involved for sure.
And they originally, or people were guessing that classic phase 3 was going to launch the same time as the patch, but you are getting an official date now, the 27th, right?
Yep. Yeah, it wouldn't be unlikely for Blizzard to do them around the same time. They have done that, I think, in the past at close to the same time, because I think they just don't care too much about when they do it for Classic, but it seems like this time they had some restraint and put it at least 2 weeks after. So E-Team is not in trouble for sure.
Yeah, 2 weeks
but
of
I feel
IO.
like it is kind of in trouble still, because just moving it a week or two, you're still going to be raiding in the thrust of the season.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm
you never know.
They must have data on that. There's actually not that much overlap between the two things. Which
All
is
my
money, to think about.
all my money's on IO quitting. So
wait,
Well,
who's
yeah,
that? Who's that? Is that Lythian? He's back.
He's back.
Lythian, we see you. Oh my! Look at that handsome mug.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have any. You have an apartment, but you don't have any furniture in it, so it's gonna have a little bit of an echo. Is that right?
yeah, it's empty, and I have an air mattress over there, and no lighting, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah, he's on East Coast time, so he's grumpy.
Yeah,
he's
I am grumpy because I have to go into an office to work.
Yeah.
Unlike you guys.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I go in.
I don't.
You wake up at like 10 o'clock or whatever. You don't have to go in like early.
Yeah, but then I work until like 7.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
It's
Didn't you
okay.
take a nap today?
I did. Today I took a glorious nap. I got up early, so.
Yeah, I don't want to
It's
hear
tough.
anything from you.
It's tough out here, man.
All right, Scrap, fill us in on the nap. What else is going on in your life other than naps?
Well, I've been getting up really early to ride horse at 5 in the morning, but I haven't adjusted my sleep schedule. I've just really leaned heavily on the naps. So that's what I had carved out for myself today. I woke up and I thought it was tomorrow. So it's going great over here, Frank.
Do you ever take a nap like later at night and wake up at like 6 or 7 at night and think it's like the next day morning? Because I do that
That's
all
what
the
happened
time.
to me. That's what
I refuse to take naps like that because it sets me off so badly if I have that happen. Right?
I mean, I took a for me, a long nap is 3 hours. That's like a long ass nap. I ain't taking no IO nap.
Like,
IO's out here taking sleeps and calling them naps.
when I
call
woke
those
up
comas, right? Where you go take a coma.
Comas. He's like, oh yeah, I just woke up from a 6-hour nap. Dog, that's a sleep. Like that's a whole ass sleep.
When I woke up this morning, I actually had half a second where I thought maybe it was yesterday night, but I was not so lucky this time.
I'm kind of doing that same sort of thing. Like my sleep schedule is like that right now.
It's so bad, like to the point where whenever we do the charity stream, I always go to bed at like 5 at night so that I can kind of get a couple hours before we do the stream. And waking up at 11 is so disjointing that I'm like, the whole hour is just me going like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
So I don't know how you guys. If it's past like 2 o'clock, there's no way I'm taking a nap.
When you wake up, you feel like the worst you've ever felt in your life. But when you go to sleep, you feel the best ever. Like to get cozy in bed when the sun's still up is like the best feeling ever. It's worth it.
I will say I have had some nights where I've done like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. going to bed and woken up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and have felt great. So definitely think that that's the ideal scenario, but I can't seem to really get into that rhythm, unfortunately. So
during COVID, when I was off work, I just like went to bed whenever, when I woke up whatever, so my sleep schedule like balanced out to like my natural sleep schedule, and that ended up being I went to bed at like 10 a.m. and I woke up at like, like after the sun was down.
I missed that.
So the only time I would see the sun is before I went to bed.
If my
That's
life
fucked up.
wasn't so based around what my work has been for the last few years, I wish I could go back to doing like a night job or something, just because it's
Yeah.
so much more my style. But it is what it is.
It is crazy that that's like what my body like naturally wants to do when I have like no schedule.
Well,
But
Mhm.
whatever.
for our viewers who may have jumped in a quick nap there and that whole side discussion, we
Yeah,
have
Deep's been
a
keeping us
lot
fed.
to talk about today. And despite the fact that I think Lythian isn't going to care about it, we are going to talk about the biggest scandal to hit WoW ever? Question
This
mark?
week.
This
This
You
week.
guys are
yeah.
idiots. That's the most idiotic thing I've heard all day.
Let's just jump straight into it then, Lythian. Okay, so
This
I'm-
isn't more than the pirate software scandal.
oh,
like,
this is
no
huge
way.
stuff. This is huge.
Oh,
People-
okay, okay. I've only
people
seen
are
a couple
alleging
memes.
this is like the apocalypse. Okay, now granted,
Okay.
it's not surprising that people on Twitter are speaking in that kind of hyperbole. But anyways, let's go
Well,
through
you pitched
what
it to
happened.
me because
okay?
I was literally like, based on the memes, I was like, somebody traded their resilient key for like a girlfriend. I don't know.
This all started from me. I'll tell you my story in this is that I saw
Okay.
Meg. Meg made a tweet that said podcasts are going to be blowing up this week, right? And I was just
Oh,
like,
shit.
what the fuck does that mean? Like, what happened? And then I saw another tweet later that showed a Reddit post. Okay. Now, normally I just like, immediately when I see Reddit, I go, someone's probably just like bitching and moaning. This is ridiculous. I see the post. It says Blizzard GM death touching mobs in M23s for their
my
favorite
God.
streamer. Okay.
Log
hold on.
linked. Oh my
Log
god.
linked, okay.
They logged it, bro. You
So,
don't log that if you're doing that.
To preface this, I have no idea if the title's accurate. Okay. Off to a great start. But I did check VODs and she was in fact not streaming when this happened. Also, I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure the GM was in the dungeon the entire time watching and waiting. Again, I don't know if this happened, but this is what I'm accusing.
Okay,
I was
okay.
perusing some M plus logs today while at work. Strange thing to do of other people's stuff, but okay. And stumbled upon this curious one, a miraculous key, no right to be timed. Again, this is a stretch of the truth.
Dude, it's
So
a hobby.
far behind, and yet they pulled it out of nowhere for the win.
Who,
Guess my
who
surprise.
peruses logs like
No, well,
casually?
scrap. This right here is like anyway,
Already
anyways.
sus? Yeah.
It's storytelling.
Guess my surprise when I could figure out something died so quickly and I dug a bit deeper and a GM death touched the mob. I waited all day to post this hoping Blizzard would come out in front of it. But here we are, another M plus season tainted. Again, the hyperbole of these comments. By cheating or incorrect title recipients. Can't say I'm surprised, but this one is a bit more egregious than forgetting to shut off the title at the end of the season. So,
Can I just say, shout out to Acrobatic Pianist, the deep throat of our time,
yeah,
exposing
yeah.
the Watergate
well,
of WoW.
this is a throwaway account. So just be aware of that. Now there's some
Oh,
there's
man, the rabbit
accusations
hole.
around this account too, so we'll get to that later.
Oh, I cannot
Here's-
wait. This is
Here
good.
is the log, okay? So I'm thinking at this, I'm like, this is nonsense. Someone's just like being petty or jelly or whatever. But I scroll down and I do see, and again, I've now I think removed it. It used to say something like death touch test or something like that. And if you moused
Mhm.
over, it said cheater. But anyways, it did say that this was like death touched, and it's by this guy right here, Daijose, right?
Mhm.
Who is not in the key. So that's what like where I was like, wait a second, something is wrong, right? So you can see. Let me go to the friendly
This
summary.
is just like when Lythian was striking me with lightning in Minecraft.
yeah, maybe.
God.
But in fairness, he controlled that server, right? So, anyways, the accused, I believe, is the evoker right here.
Okay.
And her name is Yara. Okay.
Only
Now-
a Yog Evoker would have time to do that.
So Yara was the accused streamer. Okay. Now here's the thing. This happened according to the log at 12:06 a.m. on the 20th. It says it started on the 16th, but this was 12:06 would have made it the 17th. And
Okay.
Yara
that
posted this
important?
on the 17th. Congrats, GG me, Resil 23s. Okay.
Okay.
So this was, and it's just outside Nexus, which was the dungeon that was in question.
Oh, it's just outside Nexus.
So it is
Whoa,
believed that this
incriminating.
was the key that gave her Resil 23 in this case. Okay.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
So we will put her to the side for a second. All right. That same night, as things are unfolding, Growl's live streaming. Growl is on the podcast The Bench, and he gets the Demon Hunter, I believe, right? Yeah, the Demon Hunter
Oh my god.
onto a stream to
whistleblower.
talk about it. Okay. I'm just going to play it so you can hear from the horse's mouth. I hear there are some other things they talk about after this that I'm not going to worry searching.
Pull this up. I'm on the edge of my
All
seat.
right,
I love
I'm
this
going to
shit.
make sure that this plays through the pod, so give me make sure.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
say your piece.
We're doing the key, and we killed the last boss, and I'm like, oh my god, we're missing percent. Like, how? This route looked fine. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my god, he probably forgot the Arcanist on pull 1. Bro, I have to do this shit again. And then I'm like, I go to my GM friend, I'm like, bro, please, can you do me a solid and just like, look, this thing has 20 mil, bro. Can you please just one shot?
Bro, there ain't no way
For
you
the one
asked
time,
it,
for the
you were-
one time.
Bro,
Look, I meant no harm from it. If Blizzard wants to revoke that key or revoke my title, whatever they see fit, I don't care. Like, personally, I think it was harmless. I didn't expect him to, like, do it. In hindsight, he shouldn't have done it. He was just, like, doing me a solid because I fucking hate homework keys. I hate Resil keys. I'm like, bro, my tank fucking up one pull, I now have to spend another 30 minutes of my life. Like, I'll do it. I don't care, I'll do it.
yeah,
too,
okay,
though.
you say your piece.
So
Okay. So wait. So the girl isn't even the one who asks the
No.
GM?
it doesn't. There's no reason to believe that, except
Did the
was-
demon
there
hunter
was
fall
a
on his
tweet-
sword for the streamer? Like, is she
Maybe,
also had
maybe,
this guy?
maybe.
Like,
he might be a streamer too, I
God.
believe. Now there is
Okay.
another tweet that I flagged, but I haven't seen anything else of it, so I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. But someone named Jennifer Lewis said, "I don't care anymore since I quit recently." Daijase, the GM, and Ren, who I guess maybe is the demon hunter, have been selling M+ keys for at least 2 years. Back in season The War Within season 2, Daijase was selling kills through Sky Coach. Not sure how he's doing it now. Okay. So there's an allegation that it's not only just this one key, but it also might have had to do with, either real money or gold sells. Okay.
Hold on a second. Get that web back up. Let's see who this links back
Yeah,
to.
there's
Right.
misinformation
yeah,
all
how
over
many
this.
keys are tainted?
Can
have
we
to get
talk about the
all the
irony, by the
titles
way,
for
of
the-
our last week's thumbnail being they're cheating or whatever? And
Yep.
people were like in our Discord saying like, "Oh my God, Frank, you like manifested this," and all that. Oh no,
Oh, no.
I just wanted people to watch the video. I was trying to clickbait them. I don't, you
Yeah.
know.
Maybe
I
we
can't,
should
and
name
now I
our,
can't use
our
it
video,
again this week.
like,
You know.
but maybe this video we should say no one is cheating. Like,
Well,
just, like go
okay.
the opposite.
So this causes such a stir. Blizzard has to respond. Okay.
yeah.
So there's all this, and then there was I thought I had a blue post of it. Okay. I don't have the other blue post, but the Blizzard effectively said
They made a blue post.
they said we're investigating. Okay.
Okay.
Well, today, and we're recording this on Thursday. I know you're watching on Monday, so if there's any more revelations, I'm sorry we don't have it on this episode. But Scrap has to go out of town, and we had to get an episode up just in case. 'Cause
Yeah,
this was
sorry.
too juicy to miss. But Blizzard has since responded. Okay. Sorry. Here's the post that says it. Oh God, I gotta find the other post. Give me a second. It'll be up there easily. Boop boop.
Yeah, it was only a few hours ago, I
Yeah.
think. So
Yeah. Wait, why? am I
Ooh,
not-
quality of life changes Ruby life pools. Huge.
Huge.
Of course, they put a whole bunch of. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
They
so-
confirmed it.
As we mentioned, this is Blizzard's response. As we mentioned, we internally monitored and confirmed a recent incident in which a World of Warcraft group gained an unfair advantage by abuse of access to development-only spells on a live realm. Our tools confirm that this was surfaced in community discussions, and we have investigated the incident carefully. We can confirm that this was the action of a single Blizzard employee in violation of our code of conduct. This employee is no longer with the company effective immediately. We're also taking action against player accounts that were complicit in this violation. It has always been the case that a small number of Blizzard employees can use developer tools and spells on live servers. This just lets us test and make urgent fixes to the live game when they're needed. Every use of these internal spells and commands on live realms is logged and shared with our platform security team to help ensure that the occasional use of them is access is warranted. The use of these development tools for any other than development work is against company policy. It's because of these processes that we have in place around use of these tools that we are confident in this incident was isolated to one individual. We want to thank those of you in the WoW community who reached out with information and real concern for the integrity of the game, as well as the community sites that are also working to remove the results of this violation from their records. When your findings line up with ours, it confirms that our tools are catching what they should, and we're grateful for the way we work alongside to protect this game and each other. Now, I just want to, for Blizzard's response here, talk quickly about, is this a huge problem for Blizzard or not? Okay. Obviously, I think that if we take them at their word that this was a solo one-time incident, like the truth is the title is not really at risk of being
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking there would be a paper trail, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Of this happening consistently. I mean, obviously that other person made an accusation like, oh, they've been selling keys, so like, there's some shit. But
We'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second because the rumor is that this person right here might have been another GM that was fed up that this guy had been doing this before.
So there's like a ring of GMs.
And he was waiting for the moment to try to string this all together as a gotcha. Okay.
But it would like show up on other logs, right? Like can you search by that spell?
No, because
and see
because
present
if
in
they
other
don't
logs,
log
or-
it, right? Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, real quick.
Well, we could say if
Why
somebody
on earth would
suspiciously
you
doesn't
log this,
log a
right?
run.
Why on earth
Yeah,
would you log
yeah,
this? Well, the
that's-
reason why
yeah.
is the bear was a pug. Okay.
Oh, the pug
And
logged
he
it.
obviously was not a party to any of this going on.
Okay.
And so he,
Yeah.
I think, was the one who is that true?
He is the one that logged it,
Yeah, he
and
is.
it was 3 pugs with the guy and the girl. Those are the only 2 people who were talking. The guy was the only one talking to the GM.
Yeah, who the devourer, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, that's not alleged. That's
no,
fact.
he just admitted to it.
Well, he alleges.
So
Yes.
do we know if
Yeah.
that person didn't post this log, would Blizzard have just never found out about this?
So
Like, if
that was what I
acrobatic
wanted to talk
pianist
about with
didn't?
this.
Or
right?
does Blizzard know?
Because so the integrity of it is that like are players going to be referring to this for a decade now, right? Anytime they feel any way slighted by the integrity of the title range. And I feel like this is going to be a blemish that they're never going to be able to shake, despite the fact that if it's what they says it is, it was like a very minor, it was caught, and maybe not by them, but by the others, and that they allegedly have a system in place to make sure that at least on their end, other GMs shouldn't be doing this. But they say when you're finding lineup with ours, it helps us confirm our own tools are catching what they should.
That's a weird line to put in there.
It
Like, why even?
suggests that they're
put
telling
that?
us that like they already knew about it and were acting on it. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, we
Yeah,
probably
right.
would have
Yeah,
known.
fucking right.
Well, no, okay. So the truth is if this were, let's take it at face value and it's true, they wouldn't be announcing that they're like, we caught a cheater. Haha, look at us, we're so great. They just wouldn't do it. They just fire the guy and move on, and no one would know the wiser, right?
Yeah.
But do you take them like? Do you believe when they say this? I mean, Scrap, it doesn't sound like you do.
No, I think this is this is like a weird line. It's almost like, oh, we already found it. Like, thanks. Like, thank you for doing your job to do the thing we already found. When it's total bullshit. Like, I bet if they found this, they wouldn't have like you said, they would have just swept it under the rug quietly. But they clearly didn't. So, or at least they didn't in a quick amount of time.
It could be like a PR thing, like
Totally,
they wanted
yeah,
to
totally.
put something out just to have a statement. Whereas, okay, we saw this happen. Thanks for letting us know. We have a system in place. So maybe they're hoping people don't look into it anymore. So the next time if something like this were to happen, they can just sweep it under the rug. Because if a bunch of logs just start showing up with like insta kills on it, everyone's gonna be like, what is the title, or what are these key levels that are people getting to? Are they all cheating? It's especially when you get like the resilient key web that
that
goes
how
down.
many keys are tainted by this?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the question now, or not the question, the problem for them by making this statement is if, because people are going to be like combing through thousands of logs now. Everyone's going to be looking for their pound of flesh, right? And if there is one that is found, let's say 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Then Blizzard has shot themselves in the foot with this statement because
They don't,
means...
dude, they shoot themselves in the foot with blue posts all the time. Like, and
sure,
nobody
but like,
cares.
Again,
like,
these are unforced... Well, they do care. You care, right?
Well, I care, but reasonable people care, but most people, they don't pay attention that long. How
Well,
many
I don't
people
think they
even
pay
saw this
attention
blue
at all,
post? Who
right?
cares?
Exactly. Yeah. Like and we only talk about it because of the podcast, right?
Yeah, clearly don't. It's fine. If so, there probably will be one that's found out from like fucking, I don't know, like War Within, and then they'll be like, oh, they probably won't even make a blue post. They're like, oh, whatever.
Well,
just-
again, according to this, they did do it in War Within.
I can only think that if this were to ever happen again, they're just gonna put the Brutosaur back on the store, and hopefully everyone forgets about it.
Something like that,
Dude,
yeah.
No, they were
This-
about to
this
launch
will-
a decor thing, and they're like, "Fuck, we can't launch
Yeah.
it now."
Yeah, we can't do that now.
Dude,
Alright.
a month from now, nobody will be talking about this. We forgotten about.
I kind of
guarantee
feel
it.
I think the salacious thing is that like this potential for like a GM like mafia ring, right?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
like
No,
consistently
that's not
been doing
happening.
this like Illuminati style since
No.
since Legion or some shit like
Lythian,
that. Like
I agree
that's
with
what's
you.
exciting.
I agree with you that that's not the truth, but the problem is that you know how WoW players are. Like, I can imagine a couple of people in our Discord who are going to be constantly referring to this when something doesn't go their way, you know?
But I mean,
Yeah, they're idiots.
it's a competition, right? Like getting titles a competition.
Yeah, yeah.
You assume there's cheating, right? Like not on a grand scale, but like I assume
Assume there's
somehow there's a couple people who are cheating, and I don't know how they're
How-
cheating. Like people are buying it and
how?
stuff, but
Well,
it's
that's
it's
not
like
cheating
okay,
if you buy it through gold, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
not cheating.
okay, fine. If that's not cheating, whatever.
I
But
mean,
like
you
if
could
there's
call
like
it,
1,000
an unfair edge, right? Like
it's
know,
like what
the
do you call it? Like
nepotism of it,
loss management prevention in retail stores. What do you call that?
Yeah.
Like
shrink.
you just expect that a
You mean
handful
that
of
they have a
people-
budget like 1% of
Yeah.
all title will be shrink?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. I'm not surprised people have found a way to cheat. People find a way to cheat in every single kind of sport. Now, what would be exciting is if this was like a systematic problem. I don't think so. It totally, to me, it strikes me like, oh, there's like a guy who was either like selling these like death touches and he's just like getting away with it, or just like doing it for clout or pussy or whatever. And it's
Okay.
like,
Well, so let's expand on that for a second,
Well, yeah.
because like my opinion is if this was a ring, if this was like, they would have known to make sure that, hey, no one logged this. Hey, like everyone, we don't talk about this, blah, 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 right?
yeah.
But it's the one,
Yeah, it's
to
so
have the
messy.
demon hunter go on and talk to Growl about it immediately. It sounds like
know-
it was truly a one-off, like whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds like they were about to time the key, and the guy was just kind of freaking out because in his mind he thought that we did everything right and we forgot to pull one mob and it's over, and he's just like, hey, haha, man, it would be really funny if you just killed this one mob and helped us out, and like maybe thinking
But-
like nothing would really come of it, or
Allegedly.
be desperate, just like, man, if we just get this one mob, like we did the whole dungeon, we would have done it anyways. Like it's kind of like that you justify it by
Sure,
trying to
but here's the thing that
play it
I get
off.
hung up on with that story is that in order for the GM to be able to do it quickly enough to save the key, right? Because there's only like, I think 20 seconds off from missing the time.
Well, they had an
He had
accusation
to either
there.
like already be watching, which is
Yeah.
sus already.
It's probably in
or-
Discord with them.
Yeah, exactly.
in
To the point
Discord
where
with
he's
them.
like with them and just
Yeah.
like, I'm like at the ready to do it. Or, he had to be able to, zone in and get in, and they had to call him quickly enough. Yeah. Like, so if this GM is doing that, he already had his finger on the button, right? He was ready to go. It just seems like that's a little too convenient to save a key that quickly. But again,
Well, I also
that's
think
that's
the Demon Hunter comes forward with his story immediately, so he can make it seem the way he can tell the
Well,
story the way he wants to.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Demon Hunter's also an idiot because by doing that, he immediately gave Blizzard all the justification they need to ban him. And it's probably going
Well,
to be a 6
I
month
think he probably
ban.
figured he was going to be banned. Like at that
Yeah,
point,
but,
like you're not going to keep your title or
But it's
whatever.
not like he's going to get goodwill with Blizzard for that.
I think he's trying
And
to
the
get goodwill with
community,
the community.
no,
like,
the community's going to be like, what the fuck?
So he's
Scott,
caught
do you know
guilty
how many people
red-handed.
are
You're a
in-
murderer.
How many people are
Yeah.
in the looking for group right now with the title looking for 20s or 23s GM
Yeah.
needed, right? Like
Yeah, that's funny.
everyone is like,
No, yeah, they're
this is
gonna
ridiculous.
clown on him and whatever. But like, I mean, him coming forward with his story and making him seem like I didn't actually mean it. Like I was just saying it. We were just doing a homework key. It wasn't that big a deal. Like he's coming out making it the story the way it sounds, the least possible like guilt while also not denying it, which I think is the
Yeah.
best move. I think denying it would be really fucking stupid. So, and I think that's also why he came out immediately, so he couldn't get any other person, like maybe the other streamer who was in there, like comes out with her story, and she's like, "Oh, like no, actually, I was the one who was the good guy, and the Demon Hunter was asking for it." Blah blah. I'm just saying, I'm just taking with a grain of salt his statement because we don't actually know what happened. We don't have like a recording. We only have the log, so. Who knows what
Gosh.
happened? He could have
Okay.
paid the GM and been like, "Hey, I got you
You're-
for a night. We need help on
you're-
all these keys." Sort of
You're
something.
you're You're
Yeah.
giving information that's not there.
No,
Here's the
but
thing.
what I'm trying
Here's
to
the
say
thing.
is that there could be
A
information.
lawyer
out
would
there.
tell
We
you,
can't take
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
We-
you're trying to incite some conspiracy that
I'm not.
probably
I'm
doesn't
just saying
exist.
Frank's taking this guy's statement at face value, and I'm just
no,
clarifying.
here's-
It's a we just
At
keep
the
in
end
mind.
of the day, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
there's a guy who made a bad decision and got caught. And
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that Blizzard has tools they can identify when this spell is cast and be
Right.
able to track that back to an individual and be able to deal with it. So
Yeah.
it's not a
Well, no,
ring.
okay,
I don't
so-
think anything's going on.
Let me ask you this then. If you what do you think is going through the GM's mind for him to be, I should do this, right?
The guy was probably high.
For
Who
clout.
knows?
Yeah, he's probably high. He's
So,
hanging out with
yeah,
his buds. in
like
Discord.
that's scrap. That's where the original for the streamer part of this conversation comes in.
Yeah.
Because everyone immediately jumped down Yara's throat about this and thought that the GM was doing it because he was in love with this e-girl, right?
Yeah, free my girl also. Like
Wait.
I only saw a couple memes about this,
Free
but it
my
seemed
girl.
like so like literally like the couple memes I saw, my impression was that like somebody was like, selling, I don't know, a resilient key and there was a GM involved and they were doing it strictly for the pussy, right? Like they were doing it for this girl. She was even like soliciting it or something by being an e-girl. Like I was even looking at the comments on your Twitter thing and it was all like kind of accusatory of this e-girl. Free her, bro. Like she clearly didn't do this. Like even the demon hunter says that she didn't do it. So
What was there like DMs or something? Because I thought somebody said
wanna
there
see
was
the
like
DMs.
There might have been.
yeah.
arguments, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean there
between,
might
like,
have been? I
a
need to see the
GM and a
DMs.
girl. I don't know. I
All
thought
right,
'cause,
if
like,
you find them, let me know and I'll
I get that shit. I need to see it. I need to see the DMs.
I thought there
What's
was
wrong
more to
with you
like
guys?
I thought there was more to like the girl and the GM maybe like hit him.
Oh, actually, no, I do remember seeing something, but it was just like they were in a group together. That's all I remember
Oh,
seeing.
okay.
Yeah, like
yeah, I'm
they,
sure there's like really small communities at like the plus 23
Like-
level. Like everybody's got to know each other.
if I remember, and this is fuzzy memory, so don't quote it on this, but if I remember correctly,
Yeah, on the
she
podcast,
had
don't
said
quote it.
something. No, that she had said something about her resilient, and he congratulated her, and she said thanks. That's what I remember saying.
Oh, that's what it was.
So is that's enough to throw her on the the e-girl
Well,
sword?
so that was gonna be my
Like-
that was gonna be
Well-
my next question, right? Is like
Yeah.
if you're someone in that key, do you one think that they were aware of it happening in real time? And two, if they were, what would you do in that scenario, being the innocent bystander? Would you have just LOL'd and hope no one noticed, or
I would have
you-
gone in Discord and been like, bro, what the like with you guys? I've been, dude, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like I would have
So-
spilled the beans immediately.
Was the
Like,
bear in the
that's juice.
call?
No.
No, I think because it's a
The
23.
bear is a pug. The
Yeah, I know,
bear was
but
a pug.
they got into Discord together.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think the bear was in there with them.
There may not be
You gotta
evidence.
get
to
the
support that.
info right.
So
Well,
could the bear just not have like realized that it was 99% left and just the death touch
The bear
happened?
fucked up. The bear fucked up, and the guy asked his buddy to help him out, and his buddy helped him out, and here we are. It's
I
a
mean,
bad
again, if the
decision.
bear had known what was going on, I don't think they would have posted their log unless they wanted.
No, he wouldn't have logged it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless they wanted
But it's
attention.
automatically
about it, right?
logging.
Well, in fairness, Archon does do that now, so it could very well have
Well,
been that.
also the bear and the healer, they might like the demon hunter said it was like homework keys. They were just trying to push it up. Like no, everybody was like chilling. So I mean, they might not have even noticed anything happen. They're like, oh, I thought I need 1 more %. I guess I don't. Like I feel like you're not paying that
Well,
much
no, they
attention.
went.
Maybe.
They went to go get the mob as quickly as they could, and then they got death touched, and the pugs had no idea.
I mean, the game's buggy. It's like you're
Well,
just
and
like,
the
oh,
thing-
No,
cool.
it's
thing
not
Like,
that
that
is-
buggy.
yeah, well, I know
I-
it's not
I
that buggy,
can't.
but I wouldn't have thought too
let
much
me-
about it.
There, like when they said it was like death touch, I feel like it was like, oh no, was that okay? 90% health.
Yeah,
I
it
could have
was.
sworn
They
when I
had
looked at
just
it.
pulled it. They
Yeah.
had just pulled it, and the guy walked over and popped it, and
Well, and I feel
They-
like they did it to Lothraxian too. Let me look at Lothraxian.
no.
I need to hear what the bear has to
just the
say. I
last
need to hear
mob.
what the healer has to say. We need to get them in the interview space now. Like,
Good luck. Good luck
Yeah,
to
they're
you.
they're
Yeah, 'cause
going
it-
underground. Scrap.
dude, no, they need to come above the ground and
There's-
deny their guilt.
Like Lythian was saying, the person made a bad decision, and the people that asked him to do it. There's people who look at things like we weren't going for
look,
something
they
we
did it to
didn't already
Lothraxian, too.
have.
That well, maybe this
Wait, that's the monk? There's a
no
monk.
no no. Dali Joji. He did it to
Oh
Lothraxian too.
shit!
Oh shit.
Sorry, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can
One-
see it.
Daijose. Now, granted, if I remember correctly, this was
Daijose.
like. Why can't I look at this? Come on, show me the.
They're locking it down in real time. They're locking it down.
What's the best way to look? Because I tried to look at it in maybe events. Here we go. Let's see.
Where I was going with that is that they probably are just trying to justify it to themselves and saying, it's not like we were gaining anything from it. We were just doing a key we already did, which is already
Yeah, that's what
empty
the Demon
because
Hunter said.
the one girl like got Resilient 23 from that, which, if title range were to bump up, that is
Oh.
something that helps her out.
That's why we're putting her behind bars, because she benefited when nobody
Yes.
else
Yeah.
was
She,
gonna
yeah,
benefit.
she benefited by getting
Also-
results
So
So
there
at
must
3.
have been like pussy exchange.
There was not.
Oh, okay, there
Jesus
wasn't.
Christ.
Okay.
No, just a lot of people hate women.
Yeah, I know that's true. I mean, if it was like, oh, anytime someone gets caught in a key and there's a man and a woman and one person's doing better than the other person, then there's a simp scenario, then all of you guys would be simping for me at all times. Like,
What?
because I'm always carrying you guys around.
We would sim for you, Scrap, but we can't even get to like the level.
Do you remember
where
last
we
week
would
when we
need to
showed
do
you
that,
your
so-
big fat F?
What F? Oh yeah,
Dude,
my Demon Hunter F.
I would
It's
give
because
you
these
a
Demon
little
Hunters are
bit.
cheating, Frank. What am I supposed to do?
No, I'd give you a little bit of simping if you were actually good at the game, but you're not. So
There are people who
yeah.
definitely do
Get that.
simp for you, but not.
There
no.
are, yes, and I
Yeah, well, I
hate
don't
all
get any
of them.
fucking keys carries
Look,
out of it.
if you
so-
no, you carry the vibe, but you definitely don't carry the key.
Thank
Yes,
you.
that's true.
Aw,
That's
take
true.
this as a compliment.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm just trying to because I want to see. If I remember correctly, like they.
Can we wait? Can we pull up the chart, like the picture with all the guys walking around? You know what I mean? Like the overhead, and
guys
see if he's
walking
actually
around.
there.
You want to see the replay?
I wanna see the replay, yeah.
They
You're
did
not
have.
gonna-
They did have, but you won't see him there because he's not.
Yeah, you're
he's
not
Are
gonna
you
see
sure?
him there
Yeah.
because he's
You're not
not.
gonna see him there?
He's in that spectator mode that they use for
Oh my
MDI.
god, incriminating! Lock him up.
Lock him up. He's
See,
already got fired.
This also seems a little strange because like they let he like they're killing the boss, and
That's what the Demon Hunter story is. It's very sus. Like they may have paid him for just like key support.
It's not sus because he sounded like an idiot while he was telling it.
That's dude. You know, like those.
Growl got the exclusive of a lifetime.
I watch a lot of true crime, and the dumb people are always the people who yap way too much. You know what I mean? And
Well, yeah.
they incriminate themselves because they don't think about their story too well enough. Now we look at all the holes.
I mean,
What
look,
are you looking for,
they got it down to 5%, so it's like practically dead. Then why did they fucking death touch it?
Maybe just testing it to make sure it worked.
Maybe, yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, like somebody should have it. If you have a
Yep.
friend that
1.3
GM's the
million.
key for you, the best thing to not do is to not immediately go on a streamer stream and talk about it. Wait to see if you get banned, and on the off chance you do, because acrobatic pianist is a snitch.
Yeah, snitches get stitches,
Then
bro.
just get banned and then just post a statement just saying
Then you go find
dishonored
Oprah
my
and you
family.
go on, and yeah,
Yep.
dishonored my
a
family.
million little pieces. It, you know, that's a 20-year-old reference for anyone.
I also want to know what the GM has to say. Like, he's already fired and
He
banned.
had a
He can
Twitter,
come
but
out.
I haven't seen. And if it were like, why would you invite any conversation about what happened on your Twitter?
Well, he could maybe blame somebody else for this.
I hope
Or
he
he
has another
could
job.
give more names. He could be like, actually, this guy, and this guy are also fucking doing this. Look into it. That'd be good.
Nah,
That'd be
that's not a
juice.
thing.
If
You're
that were
just
to
making things up.
happen, I don't want them to give everyone title, but they should at least give everyone the 1% mount if that happens.
everyone
Because
being
there's
everyone in the
everyone?
game.
shenanigan
Everyone,
afoot. Yeah,
everyone.
everyone gets it for free.
Well,
Can you-
honestly,
can you
if
imagine?
let's say there was like a mass contamination of keys from this, like many keys were contaminated in this way, and all those people get banned and lose their title. Well, then the title range comes down to like possibly our level.
I have no idea what would happen.
No.
That is a
The
shitstorm.
1%.
I hope they don't have to
Okay.
like actually sift
talking
through.
about?
Lythian,
hope they
what?
do.
Give me an odds, okay? So percentage based odds. What are the chances that this is actually a ring of things, and when they clear out all the logs
like,
that
no
are affected by
chance.
this, that we make it into the 1% range?
How far? Hold on. How far are we from
Zero.
1%? What's our percent right now, Frank?
Like 20s and 21s.
No. What's our percent? Like, how close are we to 1%? Are we at like 5%?
No, we're like 3%, but we're not. We're like
There's a big
mid
jump.
17, 18s.
Yeah, there's a
think,
big
like-
jump between 3% to 2% and from 2% to 1%.
Don't tell
Is
math to
Is
me.
Resilient 20 the 1% title, or is it 21 now?
It's 21. It's probably gonna go up.
Well, sorry,
gonna
you
go
ask,
up.
are you asking where it currently stands or where we predict it to
Yeah.
end?
Pull up the damn
what is
chart,
it right
Frank.
now?
Look
We
at it.
predict it to end at all 20s and maybe 1 or 2 21s, but that's shifting. Oh god,
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the site, but
Just
we
because
can pull
they
up right
make
now.
keys too easy.
They're
Alright,
making
let's look at
things
the
too
chart.
easy. Is that what you said?
They make keys too easy, man.
Oh, it's so easy that we can't do it.
It's just
Well, it's not
funny
easy for me
timing.
because I'm not good at the game.
It's just funny
Oh.
timing because everyone was talking about resilient keys the last couple weeks, and now this happens, and it's just another thing for people to kind of sink their teeth into.
Exactly, right? It's just, again, people are going to be looking for their pound of flesh, and they're going to be just turning over every stone and making an accusation. Because again, when I first read this, I thought, dude, this is just someone who's like been scorned and they're angry and they're trying to get like but no, it picked up steam immediately. Tettles had a video out about it in like within 20 minutes, and it's just, I know, like Lythian, to your point, this should be a nothing burger, but it's not the story that's the problem. It's the narrative that it spells for everyone that wants the fucking world to burn, despite the fact that most of them probably already have the 1% title and they don't care.
I was explaining the resilient key drama to my husband, like what people were bitching about and stuff. And as I was explaining to him, he was like, isn't this like only affect like a tiny amount of people? Because it's like literally like 1% and 0.1%. I was like, yeah, that's what we're always talking about. Like, and I get it, to those people, this is everything, right? Especially right now, where it's like this is like doping in the Olympics, right? If you're the Olympian, you're like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like, it's not fair. But there's like 4 of you, right? So
Sure, but I think resilient keys for them, they only really don't like them because I think it to them just makes what they do a little less fun. I don't even think it has much to do with whether or not it benefits them or not.
I think people at like the 1% level though, who are like, not the best ever, like they're like pretty good, but they're seeing people
I don't
who
know.
have like resilient 23s and stuff and are like, oh, like they have all 20s, and then their friend just like got them a 23 done because they had resilient. Like that I could see that making me upset.
I know they're not the top 0.1%, but to say the top 1% isn't like at least close to like the best is kind of weird.
It's the top
No,
10,000
that's not what I'm
people,
saying.
right?
I'm saying that it's
Yeah.
easier to
10,000,
like
maybe
for
1,000. What is it?
what I'm saying is that it's easier for somebody to kind of like give you a leg up into the 1%
Yeah, definitely.
with a resilient key. Like if you know somebody who's got resilient 23s, you just gotta know one person. Let's say you have all 20s and you can't get that 21 done, and they just let you use their 23. You get a 23 times, you get a huge boost. You're into the 1% now.
I think
This is hypothetical, of course, but
if one of us, for example, were to go into maybe like a 20 to 23 key with a group of players that play at that level regularly,
yeah,
as long as we were competent and didn't die, we could probably time the key regardless of if we did like good damage or whatever, depending on what we were playing. But I do think that a title key, for example, you need to probably be playing at least in the ballpark of what they're doing to kind of
that's what I was trying to explain. I guess is that you could get a resilient carry where you're just pulling your weight enough to get into the 1%. I definitely think you could without even that much trouble, compared to somebody who's only pugging, only pushing their keys, sweating in these 21s to try to push in that little extra bit. It's like, dude, if I could just get one person to toss me a 23, I would have no problem. You know what I mean?
Do you
so
guys,
I get that.
who do you think is more annoying as of right now? The people
Scrap Claw, yeah.
The people
Whoa.
the people who hate Resilient. So the 1,000, we'll call it the 5,000 people who hate Resilient, right?
Yeah.
Or the 5,000 people that are at the top 2% that didn't get in and are going to use this as their fucking hill to die on for the next 10 years.
Wait, so the top 1,000 people did get it.
Yeah, there's
1%?
people like rewind a week and think of all the people that we were kind of critiquing about their resilient takes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a number of 5,000 on
I'm
those,
picturing
right?
there's like overlap though. I'm picturing this is the same person.
Maybe there might be
the resilient people, because the other group of people are just coping at that point because there's no proof that
doesn't
whatever
that make
they're
it more
accusing
annoying?
of
I don't
happened.
know.
It does, can kind of just be, you can kind of write it off. I feel like resilient keys, there's really not much they do bad for the game, and just having people come out with data, with all this data trying to back up points that they're trying to make when it doesn't make any sense because it's such a small percentage of the player base.
I think they're
I
both annoying.
feel like
I
that's-
don't want to compare.
But honestly, I don't know. Maybe they're not annoying. I guess the copers are more annoying because at least the resilient people probably have a valid reason for feeling the way they do and can back it up at least with some data for why they feel that way. Whereas the people who are coping, they won't have any proof that a bunch of death touches happened and keys that they missed out on.
I
Actually, I
don't know.
agree with you because I feel like the copers are like I'm looking at them and I'm like, yeah, death touching is what's keeping you out of the title range, man. Like,
Yeah.
I know, but
that's it. You're
For
right.
me, I don't know why I get hung up on this idea that people are just not being realistic with themselves, and I just immediately get annoyed with them.
Yeah, it's so you, Frank. Like, you're
It's
like mind
what
your own business.
the Dunning-Kruger effect or whatever it's called, where you think you're better at something than you really are, or
Yeah,
you
something
think
like
you know
that.
more about something.
I mean, how many people do we have in our own damn Discord that like will talk like they're a 0.1%er and then they're barely
They can't see
scratching
how many
3K.
battle reses they have on their
Uh,
UI.
Whoa. That's one thing that I was again
He
when I was
doesn't
talking
talk
to my
like that. In
husband.
fairness, he doesn't talk like that.
When I was talking to my husband about this, he's like, why are people upset about this? I was like, because these like 0.1% people are like streamers and content creators, and there's a lot of people who watch them and then they form their opinions based on those people's
Yeah.
opinions. And so it ends up that opinion that should only be affecting the top 0.1% ends up spreading deeper into the, I don't want to say like lower echelons of player, but like people who don't even play WoW, like they watch these streamers sometimes and they
Yeah.
will form these, they're like, oh yeah, WoW, that game sucks. There's
Yeah,
like
the
cheating
Asmon
in it or
crowd
whatever,
who everyone who watches Asmon doesn't play WoW, but they all have to talk about it. Like,
Does
Does
some fucking
Asmon
reason.
still play WoW?
I
Not
think he still
really.
plays Classic, but
think
like
that-
once
Oh,
in
he
a while.
plays Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So often.
Right now, he's
he'll
just trying to
pop
pretend
on
he has a girlfriend.
He's like a
or something,
full-time
but-
like political streamer now with
Maybe.
like ice cold takes and like a
Going
filthy
after
rat
Hassan,
room.
yeah.
I oh shit, what was I gonna say about that? Wait, no, I lost it. Go on.
Okay,
Go
well,
on. Well, no, that's it. That's
I
the
also-
end of
Or
the
no,
I
wait,
was
wait,
gonna
wait, no, wait,
ask-
wait. I remembered.
Okay.
Go.
The people that complain about it have a platform, and so their opinion gets out there, whereas someone who's only doing like 16s and is just trying to get 3400 isn't posting on Twitter about how they're upset about resilient keys.
Well, they
so-
don't have complaints because they're enjoying the game as it's meant to be enjoyed.
Sure.
Right? Like, so you're not complaining on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah. Because you just like feel better about yourself and the game in your life. Like, so why would you complain on Twitter?
Right.
Yeah. So that's just some advice. Like, if people want to extrapolate from that, like what they should be doing with the game and their life.
Lythian, if you were the HR representative, would you 100 out of 100 times fire this individual?
Yeah, I would.
Do you have any of you have any like not
What if
remorse, but,
he's like really good
I-
at his job, like really important?
I thought I
he's
read
not.
somewhere he was a newer employee. I don't know how.
he just got
I don't-
promoted 5 months ago.
He
Yeah,
didn't
I-
take his code of
This
conduct
position.
training, is what happened.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things where he had to kind of know that it wasn't the right thing to do. I think
I
if
think
he
we
was
all know
super,
we didn't even have the job.
I think there's maybe an argument to be made if he was like a super new employee, he just made a dumb mistake, and you could say, okay, if you never do it again, it's okay. But I don't even know if that's even really. I feel like that's just
He was high.
it's breaking protocol. It's a you're pretty much, if that were to happen multiple times, you're kind of tainting the title. And
Multiple times. If it
Yeah.
happens one time, you're fired.
Yeah, you're
I'm-
fired.
yeah.
I mean, I think about it like I can't think of like even we talked about pirate software. I can't think of a single employee who is going to feed enough of a disdain for Blizzard for years to come than this guy.
I really
with
don't
this-
think this is gonna last. Yeah, I know
Uh,
that you're picturing this is gonna last, but I don't think so.
I scrap every time we hear someone make the joke for the next, I'm going to call it at least 2 years plus, right? Where they're
No
always
way.
going to, someone's going to be either joking and memeing about it, right? Or someone's genuinely going to get upset and be like, no, dude, people cheat. Remember that one time? And I don't know. Just
I'm not
the
gonna
way that I've
lie.
seen people
No
react.
way. Yeah.
it's day 2, and I'm already like and bored with the jokes
I'm already
on Twitter
losing it,
because
yeah.
it's
No,
already
people cheat. I feel like there's been other cheating scandals I can't even remember about. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, who cares?
Well, there have been other cheating scandals in the sense of people like breaking the game and cheating, right? But
Yeah.
It's very
not
rare you
one
have-
that had Blizzard's, again,
Yeah.
albeit
I
not their.
feel. Do you
purposely, but-
know? I feel like maybe this has happened before. I just want to say, like, okay, they hire these GMs, right? Do we know what this guy did? Was he like he gets characters unstuck, or was he like did more than that?
He was a quality
what I mean?
assurance GM, so
Okay, I don't even know what that means, but whatever. It's like
he
they
had
hire.
to do with testing to a degree.
Yeah, but they hire fans a lot of times. People love the game. They apply for this game, especially
Well, I mean,
GMs.
they
and stuff.
prey on that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
that's how
I
they
mean,
try to pay
exactly.
people less.
So I feel like this makes sense that this would happen. This guy feels like he's like, oh, like I love this game, play it all the time. Now I have a little extra power. I can help out these dudes and feel like I'm part of something, whatever. I mean, I told this story before, but I had a GM send me like an AMV he made once, it was like a Blizz simp AMV that he made. He was helping me with the thing, and then at the end of it, I was like, "Yeah, thank you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. Check out this AMV I made." Like, I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" I posted in Discord, but like, so these guys are just like fans. Maybe they don't have the most professionalism all the time. This seems
would
like
you have
something
fired
that
that
would
GM
happen.
at the time?
No, I think that's fine, but what I'm just saying is that this guy was like excited to be a GM because he could shill his Blizzard AMV to people who needed their characters
yeah.
unstuck, Like, and so this guy is getting characters unstuck all day or whatever quality assurance guys do, and he's like, oh my god, I can help out these streamers that I watch get their 23 done, and then they're gonna think I'm super cool. Like, or there was money exchanged. It's one or the two things.
It's
But
kind of
still
suspicious she
free my
wasn't
girl.
streaming too.
No, free her. Like, does she have a lot of keys that she didn't stream, like that were important? Like,
I mean, I haven't done the research onto it because as soon as I
Honestly,
started
never.
seeing everyone putting the finger on her because she's an e-girl, I was like, other than
No.
the fact that she's a girl, there's
set
no
her
evidence
free.
to support
Don't-
that she was
yeah,
a part
exactly.
of this. You know?
Literally set her free. Don't look into her logs. Don't look into anything. She's completely innocent. Let's move
Just
on.
look away regardless.
Let her keep her title. Like, come on. That's the thing
No,
is that
scrap.
these
I
people
mean, I
were
think the
good
truth
at
is
the
that
game.
if she has any evidence, even if it's not to say that she requested this, but that she is a friend of his and
Yeah.
that she was in this key, she's most likely
She should be
gonna get
banned for 6 months. Like, yeah, that just as a wake up call is like, hey, it's not.
They're gonna
you
make
shouldn't
an
be cheating
example
over
out of
this.
them.
Yeah. Ban her for 6 months, take her title. There will be another season, another title. You get back on the horse. I don't think this is going to have the staying power that you think it will.
Who do you
I feel
think has
bad
the
that.
conversation?
And again, let's be clear. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about like it's not going to be the top Google search of WoW for. No, of course it will die down
No.
quickly. But what I'm saying is it will be forever cemented as enough of a thing that people will call back to it when they are claiming cheating this, cheating
We'll
that.
see.
How do you think? Who do you think the person is that has the conversation with the guy? Is it Ian? Does he have to go into an office with
So
Ian,
how's
and
he
Ian has to look at him disappointed
No, it's probably
and
his
be like,
direct supervisor,
man.
who's an expert in
Yeah.
this kind of shit, and be like,
the
genuinely,
GM?
HR is almost certainly going to be in there because they want to make sure everything's spotless and squeaky clean in case this unravels worse.
Fine, make sure there's no breast milk involved.
They were 100% going to read from a script that HR gave him, but it might have ended with their boss going like, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Yeah. Well, what I brought up a good point. This is a company that has a breast milk scandal. I don't think this is gonna this is not
Scrap, again,
clearing the
not-
iconic scandal bar for
Well,
me.
No, but what
Okay,
I'm saying
but-
is it's going to only further push that narrative that Blizzard is I'm not gonna say corrupt, but like, a variation of the word of corrupt, where like you can't trust them, you can't blah blah. This is, again, they could do everything right for the next 10 years and people will still be like, oh yeah, but breast milk and cheating.
You
Like,
still found
Well,
a way
breast
to
milk
hold
is
it.
crazy,
hold
and
on,
that
hold
should
on.
last for 10, 20 years.
How,
Like,
how
that
many
people
how
should
many
know
of
about
these
that.
scandals happened after Microsoft bought them?
Oh, good point, Lythian.
Mm.
well, hold
Bill
on.
Gates, you
I
got
don't know
some
if I agree with
explaining to
good
do.
point. I think there might be a point there, but what is the point?
The
I don't
point
know, I
is
just like it. I think it's a good
after they
point.
were acquired by Microsoft, I think the culture changed.
Well, the culture
And-
changed after the scandal.
Cubicle
Well, no,
crawling,
I'm
Cosby
saying-
rooming, breast milk cuffing. Like, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
good.
saying that none of that stuff is happening anymore, probably, and most of those people probably don't even work at the company anymore.
But do you think
Well-
that's because of Microsoft or just because it got
I think it's
put out
because
in the world and then they?
Microsoft came in and cleaned house when they made the acquisition. They fired a bunch of people.
Well, they didn't get this guy, Lythian.
Well,
This
I
is
this
don't
just
guy's
think-
this
bad.
guy's a GM.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that Microsoft changed
Not
anyone
top
at the
ten.
executive level when they came in, though.
What?
Were
No,
the
like-
executives drinking breast milk?
Like Mike Ybarra, right? Mike Ybarra is the only one that was gone, and it's because the community fucking hated him.
Wasn't there a guy who was like in the Cosby room or something?
Yeah,
and he got fired.
That he was fired again when the story of breast milk, blah blah blah, and cubicle crawling. He was
Breast
fired.
milk gate.
Blah, blah, blah.
He was fired
Breast
before
milk-
that, but like it was in
milk gate.
relation to that because I think they knew the story was coming out.
Ooh.
Well, let's see.
I just don't
Lythian
think.
got a
I mean, I
point-
think they changed the culture in Shadowlands when all this was unraveling, and
Yeah.
then Microsoft probably came in and was said like, "Look, we're not going to fuck around. This better be done." You know.
I'm
What are
gonna
you talking about?
extrapolate on Lithian's point where he's like, "Oh, like they
Scrap,
have this
why'd you
big
get
scandal."
so much louder? So you just like started.
Because I'm very passionate. Like okay. So like they had this scandal and now there's no more breast milk drinking. They got those fridges on lock, right? I feel like the same way about this is that if this has been like a bit of a scandal, something fun for the pods to talk about or whatever, but they're locking this down, right? They're pulling death touch
Sure,
off
they
all these
absolutely
damn
are. Yeah,
bars.
absolutely.
Yeah, so I would not worry this as being a continuous systematic problem unless there's some level
Scrap,
of
you were
like
talking complete
mafia.
like logic, and I think everyone in this room would agree with you that
I
this
feel
is
like
a
most
nothing
people have
burger
got
at the
to
truth of it.
acknowledge that.
Sure, but the thing is, the people that we sometimes talk to, right? The people that will
Yeah.
come in and will say this shit, right? I mean, imagine Technique. Technique's gonna roll into our Discord and immediately start talking about cubicle crawling, right? Which again, we could
Yeah, I
argue
think that's
at this
valid.
point. Do we think is there any reason to believe like? It's like
Yeah.
the whole argument of like going to Taco Bell right now is probably the safest time to go there because
I
they're
never
not
stopped
going.
eating Taco Bell. I'm a real one.
Well, you're going to be the one that has the explosive diarrhea. But
Good.
but,
Then
like
yeah,
right
I'll
now is the time
enjoy
to
my
go
time
because
off.
they're not going to let anything through.
Yeah.
The same thing that like I'd say Blizzard hopefully, and I'm not certain of this, but like is the safest to work at right now because they are on pins and needles to make sure that they get everything right. They don't want another cubicle gate Cosby room scandal coming
What do we
out.
call this one? Is this GM gate?
Somebody's got to have a better name for that. Like,
Uh,
I got nothing.
which of the characters would you? DJ was the GM. His name's like DJ something.
no, you
Yara-
obviously put the E girl first.
Okay, Yargate.
Yeah, Yara Gate.
Yara
Like,
Just so
Love
she
it.
gets her flowers with people coming and watching her stream.
we got to get all the Asmongold type people on this. They're the angriest and loudest, and they hate women so much. So they're gonna send the scandal to the moon. Like if Asmongold gets a hold of this, oh boy,
He
it's
definitely has
over for
gotten a
us
hold. There's
women.
no way.
Sorry, I'm like out of the loop.
There's no way this hasn't made it to him.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I'd love to hear Pirate Software's take on it right now. but-
Check on your girl gamer friends. It's a very hard time for us right now, getting accused of GM gate or whatever when she did absolutely nothing wrong.
All right.
That's my
Alright.
take.
Anything else you guys want to talk about with this?
No. Hopefully we don't have to have something similar happen again.
Oh, I was thinking the opposite. I was like, hopefully more stuff comes out on this. Like, I want the deets. I want to hear accusations. I want to hear about this
I
ring.
would love
I hope
to
there's-
see a investigative journalism.
You're not
like-
gonna hear
Yeah.
anything.
I hope
I
there's
know.
drama for Scrap, but I hope it's not about this.
Right. I don't know if I agree with that.
All right.
All right, send it. Let's go next news.
So, we'll talk a little bit about BlizzCon. Now, just so you guys are aware, according to the timelines, we saw on the calendar in PTR that the new layer, which for those who aren't aware, they are introducing layers, which will be where the world bosses hang out, but you can do different difficulty versions of them. The new layer launches on August 18th, which lines up with our anticipated patch date of August 11th. No surprise there, really. But that also keeps them on track for their patch cadence according to the calendar, which means that as of last week, we are under a year until the last Titan launches. Okay. I wanted to take a quick second and look at the BlizzCon bundle because we'll be hopefully seeing a lot of what that next year looks like for us at BlizzCon. But Scrap, you haven't seen yours. You haven't logged in and gotten yours yet, right? But I assume you've seen these.
I logged in, but I didn't. Maybe it's in my mailbox.
Well, I
It's
think you
cute.
have to pair your BlizzCon key with your.
Why hasn't anybody
oh.
drawn Zalatath with bunny ears yet? I think that's what this needs.
Well, so this also apparently, when you summon it in, comes through Portal, so that's kind of cool.
Oh,
like a
it's
really
really
neat summon.
cute. You know,
Yeah, like
I'm not
with
putting
the-
my fucking Tauren on it because she's gonna break its back. But
So
I don't.
it's
So I
up
don't. I
with
don't do the little mounts.
bunny ears on her toes.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this house
Oh wait, can we look at the
decor.
bunny's toes? Like, does she have a toe ring?
I
Oh my
don't-
god, the back leg
no.
looks like it has a toe ring or something on it.
No, it's got like a
got
chain.
rings.
It's got a chain going
Yeah.
to it.
Okay.
Are we gonna talk about that leak from that
Cute.
cutscene,
Yes,
or
yes,
are
we
we
are,
gonna
we
skip
are.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
building into it. I'm
cute.
building into it.
Okay.
A decor item where you get a phoenix that
Oh,
will
it
grow
turns
and
into
then
that's
die.
so cool.
That's a cool one.
And then there's also this pet if you are buying the ultimate bundle or
Marketeth?
whatever. Yep, Marketeth. Which, by the way, I was
Yeah.
listening to Talius and Evatail, and they're furious that like they gave him such shitty names. Like this should be called the Har Bunny of the whatever.
Oh, the Har Bunny.
but it's called the
cute.
fucking Rabbitath.
Rabbitath's
that's
cute
funny.
too. Like,
Um,
why not both Har Bunny,
this-
Rabbitath?
Murloc makes me want them to make Murloc a playable race and to see a Murloc Shadow Priest just like shooting out like the.
Yeah,
great.
seriously, when's Murloc gonna be a playable race? It's like the most iconic race in WoW.
Are you excited
have
about
it.
these things as part of your BlizzCon ticket, or is this
Nah,
not
I don't
enough?
care about this shit.
It's nothing I'm gonna particularly use, but it's cool to get extra stuff. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is
$50
exclusive
value,
race, so-
right? You know, we got a little extra.
Goodie bags, let's go.
I'm selling my BlizzCon ticket.
Oh,
I
shut
can
up,
go over there.
Lythian.
We're-
He's
looking
on
for a
this.
buyer.
He's on this. I'm not going to BlizzCon thing
Guys,
right now.
for viewers at home, we're really worried about Lythian. He says he's happy, but he sounds depressed as shit.
On the
Well,
bright
moving
side,
sucks.
I'm
maybe
looking
he
for
can
a
sell it
buyer.
to Technique, aka Sloppy Girl.
I would be okay if he sold it to Technique, because that means Technique would go to the charity dinner with us, and imagine the chaos that would
I'm
ensue
not
there.
selling anything to Technique. He'd be the
Did
last person I
you
sell
hear
it to.
that scrap that Technique's character in TBC is named Sloppy Girl?
I'm not surprised.
He's
That's
an
such a
idiot.
fucking. That's a technique ass character for real.
Okay, so the thing I was going to talk about in our episode this week that was supposed to be quote unquote the
Oh.
big story, right? And I will preface this by saying spoilers for those of you that don't
Yeah,
want to
I'll
hear
mark,
anything about potential.
Okay, I'll leave it. I don't want to
right?
be spoiled.
I'll mark the beginning, and Brent
Um,
can put up when they can click to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll just put like spoiler in it, and then it'll tell us what the next topic is later. But on the PTR, now this doesn't, according to the notes, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll happen within the raid cinematics or anything, but it says like it could be potentially 12.1.5, 12.1.7. There was a data mined dialogue or cinematic dialogue that was taken. And it talks about Zaltath's motivations with the Heart of Azeroth, or what?
Oh, they've
Like,
decided to
it's,
give her motivations.
It seems
Crazy.
like it's the end of the this is gonna happen after you kill the last boss in Ulatek. It seems, or
Yeah.
epilogue. Maybe it's the final quest or something.
So and this is gonna be like a mess of like the way it's written, because it's written for developers.
Oh, you're gonna love
effectively.
the one line. I
Oh,
can't
I
wait for
can't-
script.
yep,
Oh,
can't wait.
no. Is there an Illyria size?
No, so
Close.
it's like a writer's note to the animators of what they
Animators,
want,
okay.
right? So
Yeah.
in fairness, it would not show up in dialogue ever, but the way they wrote it to me was a little cringe, but we'll see. Okay, so
How is this how has this been leaked? Is this a for realsies leak
yeah,
or what?
it's in the data files.
It's okay.
Okay, so it's a scene again. It's a
Oh, don't read the
placeholder
whole
to be-
thing. It's so long.
It's not that long.
What's the best
right?
part? Okay.
So Lorthamar starts by saying an Amani leader visits Silvermoon. This is unprecedented. Leadrin says
Okay.
an Amani leader who not only led the assault on Ulatek, but also directed her forces to prevent any of Ulatek's serpent children from escaping, sparing Eversong entirely. Desperately, Leadrin takes the dagger and casts it on the ground to destroy it. Lorthamar is surprised. Then we owe you a great debt of gratitude. Soldier responds, that is not needed. It was the Amani who first unleashed Ulatek. We were responsible, and are there not parts of your
God,
people's history that you regret, or
They're
would
so
you?
limp-wristed Amani. The way they've recharacterized the Amani is so lame.
Well, are there? So this, little sass. Are there not parts of your people's history that you regret, or would you like me to remind you of some? Leadra, whatever her name, chokes up a moment, eyes darting to Zolgera like, "Dang girl, did you really say that?"
Well, that's that for an animator's note. That I feel like
It
it's
sells
fine.
it sells the look, right? It sells the look.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
This
so
is
just
how
to
you write to each other, right?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing
exactly. It's notes,
storyboards
yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
like yeah.
well, people have lost their mind because they thought like that would be what is actually said. And in fairness, because of all these quotes, it might look like that.
They
Anyways,
should put that in.
that's what
give the
hold on, let's
cutscene a
finish,
little
let's
bit of
finish.
flavor.
The moment
So
is rescued
bland.
from discomfort by the approach of Eretor and Orwenya. Eretor I guess doesn't say anything. Oh no, he says, Lorthamar, tell them what you saw to Orwenya. Orwenya says, they reached her. There's nothing left between her and the dark. She's changing, not extinguishing. She's fighting back. She's holding on, but she can't win. Eretor says, Zalteth has reached the world soul. We have to move now. We have to find a way down there, blast open the core, anything. Liadrin says, or Zalteth will consume her? Orwenya, no, Zalteth will become her.
Zalteth wants to be a planet.
Yeah, I guess she wants to become. Now,
Joss Whedon-ass writing, like for real.
well, I guess this is kind of building on what like Sargeras was always worried about, that there would be
She's
a
gonna
void
become a
world
planet,
soul.
and somebody's gonna say, "We're gonna need a bigger sword." Like,
Illidan's gonna pull it out and kill
I
her.
kind of
with
want
it,
that
like
to be the thumbnail title now. We're gonna need a bigger sword.
no, we'll save it for when this actually drops. When Zalteth is a planet. Oh my god, that'd be such a good thumbnail. I just do her.
Just her face.
Oh, save it. Save that one.
Okay, so we'll put the dang girl aside for just 1 second. I guess this is.
Oh my god, the title is gonna be "Dang Girl, you really
Yeah.
cheat like this" or
No,
something.
it's a dang girl, you cheated. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Now
Brilliant.
you get it. Now you get it.
I get it. I get it.
All right, so let's just talk about the story for a second. This is now setting up ultimately what will be the third patch and the closeout of Midnight. Is this in any way kind of getting you at least a little jazzed up?
No, I'm over it, like,
No.
completely. I can't.
No.
I feel like the Amani have been the biggest disappointment, like, this patch. They
Wait,
just
so your
made them
problem
so
your
bland.
problem is with
No, I
like-
have a lot of problems. I have a lot of problems, but that just made me like I'm excited about the troll raid and stuff, but like I mean the Amani were like gritty and nasty and villainous and blah blah blah, and then we show up and I'm like, okay, let's have this Amani story, and they're like, actually we don't like any of like we're just like peaceful guys, whatever. I'm just like,
what is giving you the impression that they're saying they're peaceful guys?
but they're just like, oh yeah, it was like this one guy and he was really bad, but like we're like nicey now or whatever. Like they're just not
I don't know if there's
badass. Like
evidence
they're
to
not
support
gritty.
that.
I'm
Like
telling
you
you,
can obviously say that they've been
they justified
neutered,
it.
but that's also because
neutered. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
they
say.
as a like civilization have been neutered, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying the trial of like the bird. He was like, oh, just like jump
Oh
off
my
the
god.
cliff. Like, have a little
You
faith or whatever.
always bring up this fucking bird. Because
I
like
hated
what
it.
else is a bird
It was
gonna
not
trial
cool.
someone on other than jumping
Like
off a cliff?
something really fucking cool, something gritty and badass to like
Okay,
match
what's
the
your
energy
idea
they were bringing.
of a bird?
I'll think of it. He like fucking eats her or something cool.
Why
like,
does it have to be a bird though? It can be a lion, it can be a bear, like
whatever. I just don't like the direction they took the Amani. I think the Disneyfied
of all the things to hang your
accusations are
argument on,
pertinent.
I feel what you're coming where you're coming from, but I feel
Yeah.
like the fact that you lead with that part of the argument makes
Well,
no
I
sense
feel
to
like
me.
Zalatath I've already like given up on. Like that like she's already lame, but the Amani, like I was hoping there's a chance that we could see some of the coolness of it with the raid, and we probably will. The visuals look great so far, but just this dialogue is so bad. I hate being that guy, but I have to be that guy. This is the fucking Avengers like legacy of writing.
Since people have been starting to theorize about that lore reset after the last Titan, I feel like this now I'm just kind of waiting for it to end to see kind of what the
Yeah.
next chapter of World of Warcraft has in
You
store.
mean
So
the whole saga, right?
Yeah.
so
This was supposed to be the saga that like made WoW good again, and I feel like it's been
I think
agonizing.
it was the saga to tie up all of the it's clearing out. It's the saga to tie up all the loose ends so they can kind of start
That's
fresh.
what Frank said about War Within. He said, "Oh yeah, of course the story of War Within is bad because they had to reset everything." Well, it's a new.
No. I don't
expansion, and they're
mean
still
literally
resetting
they had to reset the like timeline. I meant they had to reset.
But they
the
had to tie
development.
stuff up and
No,
connect
the
everything and blah
development,
blah blah.
right? Like they had to they
Yeah,
shifted
but you said that
gears
the
because
story.
of the saga.
When you argued about this before, it was like, oh, the story is obviously janky because they had to rewrite a bunch of stuff to make it fit in line with blah blah blah. Okay, I wish that
this
was
story's not
contained
janky
War
though.
Within.
This is not janky. This is like this looks like they're on track with what they wanted.
Well, I don't like what they wanted. It's not good.
So I am
Like-
curious to see if like the Corway raid, if that is going to be Zalatath does become the world soul, and then that's when the Titans come back, and then Eridicron does something, or if we're gonna beat her, but then the world soul itself still has kind of something wrong with it that we'll still have to kind of solve. but
I like the idea
it's
of
gonna be interesting to see.
yeah, the world soul getting corrupted or affected. I mean, I'm hoping for something. My dream would be something like what they did with Cataclysm, where we get a new version of like all the zones, like where there's like leveling in a storyline that we can revisit, like Barrens. We can revisit like Eversong Woods and blah blah blah, and we can see the destruction. Like I thought Cataclysm was so fucking cool, where you see this big scar coming through things, and everybody has stories about how the stories progressed over these many years or whatever.
I
Like
have
let's go back to Azeroth and see what's going down.
I have 3 predictions.
Mhm.
When the last Titan's over and whatever the expansion is after that, it's going to be exactly that. It's either going to be something with the world soul, or just something's gonna happen where we go back to the old world. They're going to revamp a leveling campaign, and they're going
Yeah.
to launch on console with little to no add-ons. Those are my 3 predictions. They're
I
gonna
you know what? I don't hate any of that stuff. Like maybe Ice Cold Take, but
it's gonna
like
start fresh with like starting a new saga in a way with new kind of
I
all the old lores wrapped up, and they
yeah.
can tie up everything, and then keep obviously all that stuff happened, but
So-
it's not as connected.
So you're
to what's
saying they're
going
going to
We
also
need that.
retire the champion?
Please God, yes. Like
I don't think they need to retire your character per se, but they definitely need to.
retire the legacy. Like if all the
Yeah,
characters,
If your
kind of
character sticks
in my
around,
head,
it's not like the world that they saved is not thought of.
But I feel like the problem is that all the other characters like Jaina and stuff, and they're like,
Well,
oh yeah,
some of them
like we
might
did all this
die.
shit together. If all those characters are gone, and maybe they're like there's a new guard, and they're like, oh yeah, like you're that champion who saved everybody. Like cool, whatever. Like we need
Yeah,
help here. Like
and I think that's why they're building up characters like Eretor and the Arathi girl. I don't remember her name off the top of my head.
Zul'Jara.
Zul'Jara,
Oh, no,
no.
sorry, not Amani, Arathi, Faerun.
Yeah, Faerun. I think
When
they're
they're
building
also
up like
building
the
up that
next
villain
generation,
too. Yeah.
and they're gonna have you're gonna have like they spoiled major character deaths potentially in the last Titan, so
Good,
I think you're
clear
gonna
it
see a
out.
lot of that old guard kind of get pushed to the side. I don't know.
Can we have
for
Thrall
what,
actually
but
come back like for
But-
real? And he
but
better
hold
not
on,
come
but
back
hold
and
on.
just die.
So let's
Like,
talk about that, because we're now T minus what would be effectively 2 years until that saga ends, right? And we know
Uh-huh.
what the next year roughly looks like. So, Scrap, you kept talking about the Avengers-ification of this, right?
yeah.
Like, is there any way they're gonna pull off a good? Like, I'm not even talking about great.
No, yeah, and I don't mean discredit Avengers. I know they like did pull it
Like the
together
end
and had
game
a
was
story in
fucking
mind and
epic.
stuff.
It was like
Yeah, right. I think they're they looked at Endgame and they scribbled it on a napkin and they said, yeah, that, and they squinted at it and they're like, yeah, that's about right. Like they're trying to kind of get that together, but I honestly don't think the people that they're pitching story to are like the highest brow literary enjoyers, like if that makes sense. And like it's fine. This is passable. The
I
visuals gonna be amazing. The music's gonna be great. Like I'm just ready. I'm kind of
as
checked out of this.
far as the story goes, I think they're just putting stuff to move things along. I think they believe that the story itself, the main story at least, people don't really care to engage with it, so
Yeah.
they're putting less effort into that, and they're putting more effort into like the side quests if for the people that want to actually do the zones and see everything. And that's
Yeah,
why those end up being really good.
I'm definitely not saying I didn't enjoy any story content, like especially the side questing in that what the fuck is the last zone called? The one with Nexus Point.
yeah.
Not Netherstorm, Voidstorm. Yeah. The side quests in that were there were so many good, cool, engaging quests. That's what I'm reading the quest for, is stuff like that. This main story shit, we windrunners are whatever the fuck she says. Like yeah, and Illyria's size type shit. Like I'm just the
Dang
elf
girl.
alliance thing. The Dane girl is fine. I know what they're just. These are just
So
notes,
let's talk
right? But
about that real quick, because again, everyone's losing their damn mind thinking that this is how the writers are like.
this is the
the care-
people that
the
I'm talking about. These are
caretakers, the caretakers
people
of
who
our
are
destiny.
the people who are ingesting this media are people who are like, oh my god, she said Dane girl. It's like, bro, like, yeah, no, it's not. I don't want to be like that guy, but I'm that guy about this. Like, I don't like it. It's fine.
Slay.
But not because of the dead girl.
No, the Dane girl's fine. In fact, if they wrote more like that, I feel like it would be better. But it's like super stilted comic book writing, of like non-believable. Like, well, Xal'atath will consume her. no, Xalatath will become her.
And then again, the Hans Zimmer bwom.
It's
Yeah.
good to know that, like, on exactly Arwena's lines, the way they have like dot dot dots in between, the stilted, like, constant pausing when any character talks they've been doing since like fucking Legion. Like, I can't stand that, but it's so like it's just the way WoW characters talk, I
Yeah.
guess. But it's good to know they write that into the dialogue. Yeah.
Were you about to add anything?
I was just gonna mention how I've noticed Legion feels like it was when they really started going in on having the campaign, having you be the champion, having you be. It seems like that's kind of when they started this new kind of cinematic direction. So it's funny that she mentioned Legion. So
Well, and I mean,
That's I recognize that
it
as where
had to
they
be
started
with the
go that.
artifact weapon, right? Like you were the one
Yeah.
that got the artifact weapon, so you were.
yeah, Legion almost feels like it was supposed to be like the end, and you
Yeah.
kind of did all you had to do, but then it's like, okay, now we got to go somewhere else after it, and it's like, where do we go? It's
And
like,
look, I don't want to call Legion completely out. Like, I do think that started this kind of like pattern of like needing to have like a cool line or a cool cliffhanger between patches or whatever. I think that can be good. I'm a big I Am My Scars fan. Like, look, nobody's perfect.
I was
right?
watching, just aside, I was watching K-pop Demon Hunter, and all I could think
Yeah.
about is how that whole movie may have been just spawned from someone being hyped the fuck out by someone saying "I am my scars."
Look, people love
Because
K-pop
that's what the
Hunters.
movie's about, right? Like
I know,
she
I
just has
know.
to embrace her scars, and she's like,
Look, I think it's cool. I think Legion told a cool story. Like, when it did these cliffhangers and stuff, this, I feel like they're
Yeah.
just going through the
Yeah.
motions. Like, we
Illidan looking
Windrunners
up
are
at the portal he
yeah.
opened to the planet
Yeah.
Argus, and he just goes like, "We take the fight to him," and Khadgar's like, "Fuck!" You know,
Yeah,
like, that was
like,
awesome.
I think that's cool. So maybe if people want to throw out all my opinions or whatever based on that, I understand. But this is just like they want to have that like whoa moment, but they're not backing it up with actually like good or interesting story content.
Well,
Like it's becoming predictable and painful.
I feel
Can I
like
get a quick
Yeah, send
breaking news? A quick breaking news in
Sure.
here.
Oh my god.
Is it on
A
Rawhead?
Twitter account,
Oh.
a Twitter account named Wow Keemstar, says, so to be clear, if you watch the Growl VOD from the beginning, someone who was in the key confirms that she was not surprised. Even typed in chat, must have been the wind after the lingering image insta died.
Oh, Yara.
Can't really continue on with the innocent narrative here. She knew. And
Oh
then
my god.
Readers
Put her back
added
in jail.
readers added context to a comment on it. We've confirmed screenshots of Yara noting the GM before they even became a GM and wishing them a happy birthday. The GM deleted his Twitter
Happy birthday,
account
that's what it was.
to hide the evidence. That was it. What were
Okay,
you saying,
never mind.
Frank?
Unfree her. Put her in jail.
Well, I was gonna start talking about the sword because we still don't know what the fuck's going on with the sword. I was
Yeah.
wondering if you guys think that the sword will be resolved, or at least
Yeah, they're gonna have to use the
pointed
sword
it.
to kill Xalatath Zeroth.
I think they're gonna resolve the sword because they're gonna want it to, because they're just gonna want a fresh slate. I think so. I think they're just gonna get that out of there because they don't want it sitting around in syllabus anymore.
Can I? Well, they're gonna have to resolve it like some
They have
point.
to do something
right?
with the sword.
If
I
they
mean,
don't
they
resolve
only-
it, like people will eat Blizzard. Like they will.
Dude, I will eat them because the fact that they made like the War Within cinematic, like, bro, check out this sword, and then we never see it the entire expansion. It's
so-
crazy. Also, Thrall, who didn't see the whole expansion.
Let's pretend Chris Metzen didn't come back. Was the War Within literally going to be the Nerubian raid, the Goblin raid, and then we were going to be in, I'm guessing, the Orwena zone, and then we were going to use maybe the Wade, like that was gonna how we were gonna get to the world core because
Core
we
way,
were
yeah.
gonna use the core way or whatever, and then this was gonna actually be the final raid of the War
Can I
Within
give a take on
originally.
that? I
Sure.
think we're gonna have Nerubian raid, and then we're gonna have this season's raid and last season's raid mixed together. You know, like, because they both kind of had the same exact vibe, like the ethereal homeworld, whatever the fuck. It's not Netherstorm, Voidstorm. Like that was gonna be second season.
But
and
you're
third
talking about
season's
Mana
gonna be-
Forge.
Yeah, but both of them
No,
because
Mana
they
Forge
both
was
kind of
like
could be the
the
same.
contrived one, I feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that they had like this idea for this Mana Forge type of raid, like the Voidstorm type of vibe, and they're like, fuck, we gotta make this into 2 raids and we gotta make like a whole Void, whatever. I think the Goblin raid was like press for Goblin raid in case of
No,
emergency.
see, I think the Goblin raid they rewrote. I think that was I think the goblins were fixing the way to get to the core way originally because that's kind of what they were doing. They were drilling, they were doing like the black blood and
I
all that.
think
But then it
Yeah.
had it was them turned into them fixing the Dark Heart, but I think that was a pivot. I
way.
think that was originally because that was going to be
It
how you
makes
get
sense.
to
Like we kept
Orwana's
digging
home.
deeper and deeper, and we
Yeah,
I think that they had a lever that said pull for emergencies, and it just has Goblin Raid above it. And they could have
well,
the
or
goblins could have been
Undermine, because
digging deep
Undermine's
for
been
anything.
on the list, forever.
Yeah, they were gonna pull it out whenever they had a chance to say, "Oh yeah, goblins were digging deep." There's always some sort of weird artifact or weird
Okay,
fucking thing that they can say.
we're getting a
goblins were
little
digging.
lost in it though. But like,
No, I'm just giving I said this is my tin hat theory is that it was gonna be Nerubians, Maniforge / whatever this one's called, and then whatever the fuck we're getting next. Orwena Zone maybe was supposed to be the original War Within.
yeah, I mean
That's
Anyways.
that's the assumption.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
But like, okay. We always kind of been speculating who the last Titan's supposed to be referring to, and I think it's mostly no. I think it's
Champion.
assumed it's going to be Sargeras, right? Because
Mhm.
he was the one that was kind of like he's gonna. I feel like gonna kind of turn into Illidan in Legion, where he's gonna be like, I was right, and pull the sword back out and be like, let's go. And I just worry that like what the fuck is going to happen in the last Titan that's going to
Dude.
again hit this end game.
So here Khadgar is gonna be like it's like, oh, we need a bigger sword when Zaltath becomes the world sword or whatever, and Khadgar's like, and I know just the guy who
Dude,
can wield it, and he
I'm
pulls up
calling
his
it.
smartphone and calls Sargeras like.
I'm calling it now. The 0.5 patch for the last Titan. We're going to the Maw or something. We're going to Shadowlands.
Well, yeah,
I
that's the
was
other thing.
hoping
We
we
still
were
have to
going to
resolve that little
Oh
thread
yeah,
that they pulled
Sylvanas
on.
was like, oh, the Shadowlands. It's not good, and then she left again immediately. That's so stupid.
So like
Don't
we
piss me off
have
again.
now, because we're assuming the core way is going to be the final raid of this. We have 3 more raids theoretically to resolve the World Soul Saga. And
Which one do we kill Zalatath then? Because it better not be the last one.
well, it's assuming that we might get to her the core way, but like there's two outputs of that. One, we
Core way.
kill her and she doesn't fully corrupt it, but maybe somewhat corrupts it, right? The World Soul. Or 2, she does actually succeed, and now that's why the Titans need to come and help, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. She'll probably still have some lingering presence regardless of whatever the fuck. Like we're gonna capture her, and then she'll be like, again, just kind of like she was on the Maniforge, whatever area that was, where she was like with us the whole time. Like we're gonna have her like chained up, and she's gonna be like, ooh, I don't want to help, but I'm going to. Anyways, how do they resolve this much thread in the next 3 raids?
Let me tell you, they're
You wanna
gonna
know how
drop
they
a
do
ton
it?
of threads.
They have Illidan and they have redeemed Sargeras and Illidan just being like badass bros and just kicking ass and taking names. That's what they do.
Where's
Sunglasses
Illidan
on.
right now? Like, what's Illidan doing?
He's
right now?
Hanging out with Sargeras.
prisoner. He's the prison warden of Sargeras. Remember
Where's that?
The Titans
In space?
the Titans imprison Sargeras, and when we're leaving, Illidan says every prisoner needs a like a warden or whatever he says, right?
Right.
And he's like, and that's like, oh shit, he's staying behind because he wants to make sure Sargeras doesn't get out. But like,
So he's just chilling in space.
with the Titans, I guess, yeah, or on the Pantheon, whatever. And
Whatever.
and then so again, like the we're gonna have to tell the story of Illidan and how he comes to terms with Sargeras either being the last Titan who helps us, or it's not Sargeras and Illidan's just like not used at all. We're gonna have to talk about Sylvanas and the Maw and how somehow that's going to be connected to whatever the Titans are doing.
If they don't talk about that next season, they have to resolve that in this expansion in Midnight, I think. Like no one is that interested in the Maw, or Sylvanas. And this is all we can tie up all the Windrunner stuff. I want no more Windrunner stuff next expansion. Let's tie
that's
this
the other
up.
thing. We have Illyria, who we don't know what the fuck's going on. And there's
Dude, I
no
have no
evidence
idea.
to support we're going to
Right.
learn anything about her anytime soon.
Well, they're probably going to be.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
what
World
happened to
Core,
Illyria? Is she dead or
Because
what?
they went down, right? They went down with the beam or whatever.
No, that was wasn't that was in the other raid where she is destroyed.
Oh,
on
right.
I mean, granted,
People-
the beam was going through the. I don't know.
People are way too unconcerned about what's happening with Illyria, including Erator. He was just
I
kinda
was
like,
gonna say, Erator's the one that I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, Erator's like, oh yeah, that happens, man.
So,
Like,
All right, Lythian, you've been quiet. What do you got?
At BlizzCon, they're just going to announce WoW 2, and they're just going to get rid of all this junk and throw it all away.
Gonna abandon the
I'm on
saga.
board.
That's right. It's the end. It's over.
Do you
It's
think?
time for something
Do you
new.
think? What are the odds that they will show us Last Titan story at BlizzCon? Because it.
Oh, that's 100%. They're
You
going
think-
I
to.
would
Yeah,
you
say
they're
think
gonna
they're
show
zero.
the cinematic.
I
I
don't.
think zero.
They're going to tease it at least.
Sure, but like that won't be story spoiler. It'll just be like because again they can't tell us
I-
what happens in the last raid here.
They
You think
gotta
it's too
do.
early-
They gotta
early
do
to get the
something
cinematic?
big.
They
They gotta
do.
do something
do-
big
They
at
do.
BlizzCon.
They're gonna do core. They're gonna show the Coreway patch or kind of preview that,
Yeah.
and they're gonna do some kind of whatever classic pluses. Those are gonna be the two big WoW things, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's too
And they're
early
gonna
for
announce the
cinematic
Arthas
drop?
show. If they,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
the
the thing.
show. Yeah, I want a show.
Yeah, well, it is too early to drop the cinematic if it has
Yeah.
like any, because otherwise it's just like a teaser. And what's the
Yeah.
teaser going to be like that doesn't reveal anything that happens in the end of the core
Yeah.
way?
You're right. I
I-
think it's too early.
I would say anything Last Titan related is more likely to be at Gamescom next year.
Yeah, probably. Well, wait, no,
Oh,
isn't
are we gonna get the-
Gamescom? What
Yeah.
what time of the year is Gamescom?
Isn't it usually in the summer?
Well, yeah, but the game's going to be out by July next year.
The Last Titan.
Yeah, that's why I said we're under a year until the Last Titan launches.
Yeah, with the current
So
patch
no, they have
cadence.
something in September that they well BlizzCon too. I don't know.
What
I don't-
about season 4?
well, there's no reason to believe there'll be a season 4.
Well, what if there is though?
There's-
There's been season 4s in the past.
Yeah, but then they said we're not going to do that anymore, and then they've also been
They
keeping
lie
to
all
the
the
patch
time,
cadence.
Frank. Think
They
about it.
lie all the
Think about it.
time.
Jesus, it's
Well, then maybe they'll
exhausting.
do something else. Then if they're gonna do
If
a
What
anyone
about
wants to
the
know why I'm a
Arthas?
shill for Blizzard, it's because I just hear that and I just go, no, I'm not going to let you say that shit. It's just so
I'm trying to train
obnoxious.
you out of that.
You
Um,
know,
what-
you know
what
what the
about-
problem is? Hold
Go
on.
on.
The problem is Blizzard has a bunch of cheaters, and
See?
Right,
I told you, Scrap.
exactly.
I told you.
Yeah, he's just doing the bit. But isn't there supposed to
He's
be like
gonna
an
do the bit for the
Arthas
rest
hack
of-
and slash? Like, come. are
Okay,
you gonna
well,
tease that?
there's supposed to be a new StarCraft something or other coming along, and yes,
Oh, the
there's supposed to be,
RTS?
but
No.
the Arthas thing I don't think is going to be released until like 2028. So I don't think we'll see
But
that.
they
at
could
BlizzCon.
tease it 2028. That
They could,
you
they
know,
could,
that
they
you
could
do
give like
teaser
again
with
a
that.
little like, ooh,
some
look what we're
gameplay.
doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right. Well, any last words on this? Any last words on spoilers?
Nah.
no, but I feel bad for the people that are skipping ahead 30 minutes to skip
Yeah.
the spoilers,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it is what it is.
All
Why?
right.
Because they're missing such good content of us bitching about the story. Well, me
Yeah.
bitching about the story.
Yeah.
yeah, just you, nobody else.
All
All
right.
right. Next topic.
Let's talk about the some PTR development stuff. So just want to call
Oh,
out,
they went back on the hunter's mark.
they did. They
Thank
did.
God, dude.
The
It was
note
terrible.
said that they just felt like it wasn't. Yeah, we tried to.
We
change
gotta
the PTR.
unfire our other 2 hunters that we fired from the raid.
More
Like, now
problems
we
than
need
it
everybody.
solved. Actually, that's a good question. If you had 3 hunters, could like 15 targets, or is it?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's the issue. There's so many issues with it,
Yeah.
and the way they implemented it is just terrible.
Yeah,
Just
I
do that one,
agree.
it's
It just
fine.
didn't make sense. Like, if they had some sort of AoE apply, but then it would be complained about like how it's not easy to do and blah blah blah. And yeah.
Sometimes you try to cook a new dish and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to making burgers.
Yep. Marksmanship has been forming to be a meta spec right now. They did do some nerfs, I think, to it. And
We're back to chucking bombs. Hell yeah, dude.
Grenade
Yep.
juggler.
Yeah, it's all.
Because it used to be you used to hit bombs all the time, and then now the way they had it now, it's like you don't get to as much. But it looks like that's
You
they're
still,
going
you
back.
still blow on cooldown, but
Well, yeah, you put something on cooldown, but it used to be like you had them all. That was mostly what you were doing.
yeah,
Let's
you
see
get
here.
bomb cooldown
Hold on,
reduction.
go back
Anyway,
up
I'm not
a
going to
second.
talk about it.
Let's
It's
not talk about it.
it's looking pretty good.
Go back up a second.
Outlaw.
See what these outlaws are. All damage increased by
Woo!
3%. Nice. Stonks are
Can
up.
I tell
Blast
you?
increases ambush damage by 80%. I have no idea
Do I
what
have
that
Archon
means.
still
All right.
open here? Let's look at Archon.
you haven't
Dude.
started your homework yet, Io?
Was it? I guess
Okay.
it was Zigla who was doing this with me. We were on the PTR and there was a arms warrior complaining because he was in a key with us. We were doing a 15 and he did like half the DPS Zigla did. He's like, oh god, man, they broke arms. I'm like, they're like the #1 meta spec, and he's like, well, they nerfed us. I go, they nerfed your cleave by like 10%. Like that might make up an overall 3-4% maybe. And he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I did like 400k and I'm only doing 180 now. I go, yeah, dude, it ain't the cleave, right? And that's like a common thing. Someone else was like, yeah, Affliction Lock is so shit right now. And I'm like, they're the highest
wouldn't-
rank.
Because they don't know how to play.
And I
They
just
don't know
said,
how to play the changes.
Well, then they were like, yeah, well, the War Within class design was so much better than this. I go, well, that's fair, but like and I used I was like, Enhancement Shaman, like that was an example of where they moved in the right direction. They go, dude, what are you talking about? Enhancement Shaman in the War Within was the easiest spec to play. And I'm just like, what is going
I
on?
don't know if I would. I don't know if I would
Did you add to the
engage in
Toxie jar?
conversation with PTR
Why?
people.
Because I said
Was there any interaction that caused you to add to the Toxie jar
no,
throughout
no.
this?
You can argue that when I told the guy that you know, the cleave nerf isn't going to amount for a 50% reduction or whatever. But yeah, I didn't. I mean,
It's nice to see that what Demonology, Outlaw, and Survival are all in the A tier, so maybe E team's gonna be eating good this season.
Well, so the only
Yeah.
problem with this is that if the people earn the score earlier, like, you know, this is an average of scores or whatever, then it's only going to inflate. Like, let's say Arms is 3806, but they nerf it to the fucking, you know, dumpster. It'll
That's
still
why A
sit
is
up
a good place
here.
to be.
It'll
Yeah, but
still
A is
sit
a
up
good
here.
place to be because they're not going to nerf that, right?
Well,
like
and
they're like,
like
okay,
I look at Arcane and they did do a tiny nerf, and I say tiny, a little nerf to it, right? But like they are leaving it for the sound 3 weeks in a row now. They say like, yeah, we're happy with the way it is.
The thing about Arcane Mage is that anyone can play it, but like only 1% of people are actually going to be good at it, so they don't really care.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good. Like, think there should be specs where if you can master it, and you know you'll soar above everyone else. The only reason it's not good is because fucking tier lists and everyone just can't think for themselves and end up chasing, you know, like it seems like Unholy, and I'm not trying to disparage anyone who plays Unholy right now, but like it seems like Unholy is pretty easy to pick up and get going some decent DPS, right? And I'm okay with that too. Same thing with like the idea of Beastmaster, right? Like I'm cool with there being specs where it's just like you can pick it up very easily and go. But like AUG, you can tell when you have a good AUG and when you can tell you have a bad AUG. And it's not even just in the DPS meter alone. It's like all the other things almost immediately. Yet people will chase AUG right now because that is the meta, yada,
it's
yada,
in the
yada.
top keys that people are taking on.
They make certain classes that are easier, but they have a more limited ceiling, but they'll look like they're doing good because it's easier. And then they need classes that are more difficult, so the floor is higher, but the ceiling is also way higher. So, you know, you have an Arcane Mage that if you get a good one, you'll do a lot more damage than if you have one of those specs like a Rep Paladin or something.
It's good though, because that's something we were worried about when they were like simplifying the specs, is that would not exist anymore. Like there wouldn't be as much mastery of the spec if it was too easy to play, but it sounds like that's kind of evening out.
What is the percentage you think the good Arcane Mages will need the Barrage Helper this season?
They don't need any of it because I said this last week, the tier list, which is like part of their rotation now, can be tracked on the cooldown manager, which is awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But really all that's changed is that they made arcane missiles fucking, you know, a Gatling gun. And so you just fire off arcane missiles as much as you humanly can.
You tanks
Arcane, the current the PTR Arcane is not nearly as complicated as the old Arcane was.
Can you do the tanks on this?
No, but
oh, yes, DPS at the top.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm just curious. Oh, blood A2. Okay, all right. Well, now let's
Where's
go to
mine?
healers.
Yeah,
Might need to change your name to A team.
Yeah, no, scrap. Mistweaver is like on another, like when I looked at this on like some streamer, like they put Mistweaver and they put everyone else in C. They're like, don't even bother.
was dooming earlier. I don't know, something weird with like she was saying. So she was saying you're doing Rising Sun Kick now, and you're like Shaylin's gift is not like worth pressing, and Vivify is not worth pressing. It's kind of crazy.
Well, how do you heal people then?
With your Rising Sun Kick, you'll learn.
There's a downtime. There's a problem with downtime, Scrap. It's
that's what Frank is always telling me not to do. He says, "Why are you doing DPS?"
No, that's not. Jesus Christ, that's not what I say.
Yeah.
No. So the problem, Scrap, is that you know you can use your T and get a whole bunch of Rising Sun Kicks, and then you know proc a couple through
every pack.
rotation.
It's only 30 seconds.
But the problem is that there's those gaps where if you don't have Rising Sun Kick, your healing just drops off, like it's non-existent. And so that's the problem. But the reason why I think she was saying that, IO, and again, I'm not an expert, was that they're like continuously moving things away from certain powers of the toolkit into what it seems like is the mastery of the toolkit. But like, that's not solving any of the problems. It's only making them worse, kind of thing. And so she's just like, what are we doing? Like, why are...
Also, Frank, if you Rising Sun Kick with the 4 stacks from the Tiger Palm, you'll always have it off cooldown. You don't need to worry about that.
I don't think it's 100%. I think it's like an 80%. Like you get 20% per stack, and so there is a small chance it doesn't proc. But to your point, yeah, you're right.
Whatever. One person dies. It's not a big deal.
Probably gonna be me.
Well,
yeah, I
like,
hope so.
like I said, Scrap, the reason why I'm worried about you is because you aren't worried at all about preparing for the damage. You just are going to try to react to it, which is not.
She's just gonna
Well,
call
I
her
will-
Blizzard GM friend.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I will, but you know me, I'm not that fussed about learning the dungeons right away. Like, I want
You're not fussed
to
about
learn
learning
on the
anything.
job. No, I'm not fussed about much at all, right? But especially not fussed about learning all the damage, where I'm gonna need it. Like, I'm gonna learn that by watching you die and be like, oh, next
I
time
just-
I'll be ready
I
for
just
that.
want you to learn the fundamentals.
I got the fundamentals. You
No,
just
you
Rising
don't.
Sun Kick, and that's it.
No, what?
Well, you gotta build it up with the Tiger. You gotta build up the Tiger Palms,
You,
the 4
you
stacks
hit,
first.
you hit the channeling thing, so you can put the gold thing on the people, then you Shaylin's gift automatically, and then you want to
Oh
keep
my
that
God,
other
dude.
thing
Where's-
on people.
Where's the
So
Rop
bad.
Scrap? Come on.
Oh, dude, Rop is on fucking CD, brother. That's like the main thing I'm here for.
I swear to God, dude, if you Rop a
Rop
pack
every
of
45
mobs,
seconds, my
I'm
guy.
gonna be
He's
so
gonna Rop.
bad.
He's gonna Rop a pack of mob away from Franks when he needs the Death Strike, and that's gonna be the funniest
intend
thing
to.
ever.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So for the E team, and again, it's My Blood Death Knight, which again seems to be on the up. Mistweaver, which seems to be staying on the up. Survival does seem to be getting better, Lythian, little by little, right?
Well, hold on. Just so you know, Blood Death Knight is always up on PTR. Every
true.
every
That's true.
season it's up on PTR.
that's true.
Don't believe the hype ever.
Outlaw seems to be, although we have Absolute who plays it, who says it's insanely difficult because there's a lot of buttons.
Yeah, but IO
he-
gets buttons. Dude. He's a healer main.
he would be dying, like, because anything that's going on in melee that he has to watch for, he just like wouldn't be able to pay attention to it because
He's
of
from
I guess,
another country.
No,
He's
here's
from
the
Poland.
thing. I'll see it on the
Second
ground,
base.
and it'll look like I'm not gonna move, and you're like, oh great, here's Io tunneling in, and then I'm gonna grappling hook at the last second, and you're all gonna be like, damn, that was so
he
impressive.
has been sending warnings your way to say be prepared because it is a
Oh,
huge
absolutely.
cognitive
Oh,
load.
yeah.
And then
It
Haywire is getting nerfed. So sorry, Haywire.
Good.
Good.
We're only
second
bringing
to-
him for the ports, and the stones. So
Yeah, he's
Second
bad
and-
anyway.
Breaking news: a Fellowship early access available. Tweets: we don't even have GMs. Just saying, with a shrugging emoji.
Oh my God.
Fellowship's
I-
getting in
I
on them.
don't-
They're getting their pound
Yeah.
of flesh scrap.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would brag about that. Like, we have no staff. That's not good.
All right. Other things on the PTR, they did increase the pet count to I think it was 100. Yeah, 100 pets now, up from
Oh
10.
my god. Dude,
And-
my house
Right.
is
Holy
crazy.
crap.
Lith?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. And the decor limit's gonna overshadow 10,000, so that's cool. And of course with our new Phoenix pet, or no, that's just a decor thing. It doesn't matter. But anyways, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pets for you, Scrap.
Dude, I
but-
need to go and start taming 100 seagulls. Like, you're gonna walk in my house, there's gonna be seagulls everywhere. I gotta go tame them
Gosh.
though.
No, you don't
You're
play
good.
housing anymore, Scrap.
All right, I never did.
It's not engaging.
Have you unpacked yet?
No, dude, I'm still moving in. It takes time.
I will
Please
remind
opens
everyone to
up
go to MDLShe and take on a bet that will Scrap move into her house before season 2. She has
When season 2 start?
August 11th.
September.
August 11th.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
This is a sure thing,
Technically,
guys.
season
No.
2 is August 18th, I guess. So I should be clarifying that.
Guys, bet on this. Get your shees. I am not fucking doing this.
Sorry, Tom Brady.
Sorry, Tom Brady.
Anyways, other things that are happening. Decor Duels is allegedly no longer going to be available in the next patch, which brings me back to the pet battle / archaeology conversation. Was this doomed just because no one was engaging with it?
I mean, I think it was a fun concept and it was kind of fun, but like, yeah, it didn't take me the way I thought it would. Wasn't
I
that
thought
into it.
It was supposed to be like the pirate. What do they call
Thunderstorm?
that? I thought it was just supposed to be like a limited mode like that.
Well, they never said that. I mean, they never called out that this would be.
They're just trying stuff. That's fine. Mini games,
but like,
whatever.
I'm curious because I feel like this wouldn't be a lot of upkeep, and Like, just add a couple more maps. There's some variety to it.
Well, that's what they have this, like, in 2 seasons from now, they're gonna have another map for it. Like, no problem. Like,
You know what they need to make
What?
as like a fun mode, like Plunderstorm? They need to make like a Azeroth kart racer where you can play as like Arthas or Jaina, and you can just
Mario
like
Kart.
drive, like on like Stormwind or Lordaeron or the Stratholme or stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Frank, you gotta put an end date. Like, will it
I will.
return next year or something? Dude, are we still gonna be playing She by the time that will come?
Hell yeah.
It's our mini game. We'll see if it gets
a
adopted.
staple, dude. This is like our delves.
I
It's
will
in
set the
forever.
time for this to be the season start date. So there.
Well, I hope I have my stuff by then.
Oh
Just-
gosh, I hope so too.
What stuff? You're
For his
you mean
house.
for rating?
For playing video games and
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm gonna say no, it's not, and I'll put 500 She on it. Oops.
Yeah, 500 She that you won't be gaining interest on.
I don't gain interest on it anyways.
Oh.
Okay, so Decor Duel, there are some things. Hiders will no longer be revealed within the end of the 30 minutes remaining, or 30 seconds remaining. Flies have been removed.
No.
They're just like making it chaotic.
Yeah. I like the flies. I thought the flies was fun.
And you'll earn double the rate of coins in case you
How
want
are you
to get
supposed
into
to find
stuff.
people if you don't see flies?
I think you just run around. I don't know.
Okay. Just run around shooting things. It's like you're not even looking anymore.
I would be careful if there's anything on like the toys that you are worried about losing, because if you like, I don't think the vendors are going to stick around. It does sound like maybe the housing decor stuff will, but maybe not the toys. So just be ready for that. And then we also have a new Delve boss being previewed. And here is
Oh,
a
he's
video.
cute. He's got such a cute face.
So the main mechanic of this fight seems to be a game of Simon. Okay, so let me mute this. So what'll happen is you'll
I
go through a
love
phase
that.
where you'll see, and he'll do. Okay, so like we'll call it 3, 1, 3, 4, and 3. Right.
You gotta remember that.
So you do that, and then there's an image of him, and he just does it without warning you. And you'll see here, right? So you got to go back in.
You
and
gotta
back to-
remember.
Back to 3. So this would be 4, and then I think he messes it up on the last one. Yeah, he goes to 1 like an idiot. Right?
Okay, I love that. That's kind of fun. But he survived. What the fuck?
Do you think you're gonna get the achievement?
Yeah, I actually gotta finish this one too. I'm gonna get on my healer this season.
Whoa, what? What?
Getting on my healer this season.
It's gonna take like forever, but yeah, you can do it.
Nah. I'm gonna learn how to heal in the Delve
No,
boss.
you can't do it.
I learn how to do everything else.
If anyone has trouble with memory games, there's a add-on that
No.
we use in Classic for the Simon game for the Ogre Law dailies called Ogre Lazy. So you can use that for this too. If maybe if it's on retail, I don't know if
They
that
should
add-on's on
ban
retail,
anybody
but
who used an add-on for this. Like,
they should ban all the people who use the thing in the middle of the screen for Kai Fessa.
yeah, they should ban those people.
Just kidding, they shouldn't ban those people.
Also, that thing didn't help. I did try it.
You could use world markers to mark out, like, put a skull is your 1, X is your 2, and you could just map it out.
For
like,
sure.
You just have to remember it. And again, I think that's engaging gameplay to a degree.
I
You
like
might not
it.
agree, but
They are always winning with these Delve bosses. They've been bangers.
Have you done this
like,
one,
even...
the current seasons yet?
No, I haven't. That's the one I'm gonna do on my healer. I haven't yeah, look, I haven't done it, but even the ones that I feel like were not bangers were actually bangers, like retroactively. So
I just wish they would make the healers, if you're doing like your Delve companion as a healer, I just wish they would make them be a little better at actually like being able to spot heal you in certain spots, because it seems like sometimes these early on are beat more by things that have built-in sustain than ones that don't.
Yeah, the healing thing has always been like you have to actively like work for it. Like, she's not just gonna heal you ever. You have to step on things or whatever, which I think is fine. I think if there was just like active healing from her, then it's like it's just something you wouldn't have to worry about, I guess. But I feel like on Kaiveza, especially, it was really fucking annoying when Bran would like put potions in like the spot that I like couldn't go for an hour, and it's like, Bran, brother, like I needed those.
Do you guys think that the longer this fight goes, the more spots you'll have to memorize?
Yeah. I think it'll be fine. I
There's
think
got
it's
to
a
be a
fun mechanic.
limit. Like, they're not gonna make you do 12 while you're trying to DPS rotate,
It's
right?
a soft and rage.
That'd be insane. Christ.
Looks cool though.
Yeah, it looks good. And again, we talked about it a little earlier. The raid looks good. I don't know enough about the raid to really kind of give you guys all the insights on it, but everyone keeps talking highly of it so far.
There's a
Go on.
couple mechanics that like knock you up in the air and you have to bump into other people to not get yeeted off the edge, I think. Something I saw.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Zorth did
fun.
a good like summary recap, but there's like one fight where you have to match. So you'll have 4 dots above your head, and you have to match the like if you have 2, you have to find another 2, or if you have 3, you have to find another 1.
Yeah, you have to add up to 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they.
We're playing Sudoku in these fucking raids these days.
Well, yeah. I do want to talk about some of the PTR development because like they are changing some of the dungeons, and looks like they just posted some more changes for RPL and Temple. Scrap, don't worry. Mistweaver's Way of the Crane can now target the avatar. Although it does seem like I think Zortha said that healing actually doesn't matter on this boss at all. It's like it could save you 20 seconds if you do heal, but like, is that really worth it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing anything else.
Sure, but you know, like for example, the stress of trying to heal something while you are dealing with the mobs that fixate you might be too much, you know?
Well, I'll be bringing a piecing, so I won't. I'll just stand in that and I'll be fine.
But they because people were complaining that with Kokia Blazehoof on Ruby Life Pools that if it hit a pebble on the floor, it would explode too early. Well, now they will show you the final explosion spot when
I feel like I remember that. Like it would like hit like a plant or something sometimes.
Or like a bench,
yeah.
You know, whatever. Yeah. So that's nice. But I've been again working on Keystone Kindergarten a lot. Lythian, you've seen I think all of the dungeons, right?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Are you guys feeling energized, excited? I mean, people are like, again, they're shitting all over Temple. They're shitting all over King's Rest. They're shitting all over even RPL, which was surprising me because I thought it was a fun
People
dungeon.
have always shit on King's Rest, and that is so ice cold, bro. Like King's Rest is fucking
Ice
awesome.
cold.
Yeah.
I don't know, Scrap. The bosses are kind of meh.
Don't start with me on the bosses.
Here we
King's
go.
Rest is awesome, and I'm tired of people saying it wasn't.
I'm not saying that they're just not engaging.
Ruby's like the best Dragonflight dungeon that's not the mega. Like, it's why do people want like Ruby all of a sudden?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask if we can get an MDL sheet if Scrap's going to get the dinosaur mount by the end of the next season from the
King's Rest, please. Please. Remember when they had the mount giving out free mounts to everybody, and I did it on like 6 characters.
This is the
every
3rd week in a row you
and
brought it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna trust me, it's gonna get brought up a lot this season, Frank. Please.
This might be a hot take for a dungeon to get brought back, but I hope the next Dragonflight they bring back is Nelthalris.
Nelthalris, yeah, that was a good one. That one's hype.
Nelthalris, no,
the chains, yeah, the fire.
Don't you remember our world first 1 or 2 hour plus 16 Nelthalris, Frank? You don't remember that?
I do remember that. I remember a lot of speaking of technique.
Remember the last boss of Nelthalris with the treasure?
Heckneek.
Oh,
Heckneek was terrible, dude.
Oh man.
Heckneek.
Doing that in time walking, I was just like, oh man.
Yeah, I like Nelthalris. It's a good one.
But like again, people are kind of. I mean, and again, there's plenty of evidence that even if bad dungeons were brought back, they've done a good job of fixing most of them. And it seems like the good dungeons they bring back are the ones that people are usually disappointed in. But,
Frank, can I say something?
No.
When we did DOS last week.
Yeah.
How good is that dungeon?
Can you be more specific as to what happened in that DOS?
I honestly don't remember. I just remember. Oh wait, yeah. We wiped on the last boss.
We wiped on the last boss because not a single person, including you, walked into the portals to get to the totems to kill him. Right?
I thought I had more time.
And by the way, I warned you before that event to say, "Hey, come
I know. I thought I had more time.
There.
I knew the event was happening. I thought I'd have more time to get over there. But look, when we were doing that, I was just like, God damn, this dungeon's so good. They better bring that one back soon.
They
They'll
won't.
never bring it back.
Not
They
without like
won't,
they'd have
thanks.
to really fuck around with it to make it work.
So
No, it's perfect.
what's kind of annoying is there are some dungeons that I think we all can agree are just objectively good dungeons and fun to
Mhm.
play, but I feel like people just only ever really sometimes glaze dungeons that are easy,
Yeah.
and they hate dungeons that like require any kind of like gameplay that is challenging.
I
Which
feel like I
is
see that more like during the season. Like people don't look back on what was that Shadow Moon Burial Ground and be like, oh yeah, that dungeon was a banger, just because you
Yeah.
get +3 it easier than anybody else. It's
Yeah.
the ones that have staying power are the ones that are really genuinely good, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like literally, who has ever said like Shadow Moon Burial Ground is like their favorite dungeon? I don't think anybody.
If you've ever said that, put it in the comments.
Well, if you say you've never said that, you're a fucking liar. Because everybody knows during that season it was everyone's favorite dungeon because it was so easy.
There's also
I'm
a
just saying
Court
you're
of
not a
Stars
real
that
one.
season, I think.
It was what?
What was that one? Court of Stars. It was Shadow Moon Burial Ground.
It was
And what were the
Dragon
other
Flight, I think.
two old ones that were in that one? Oh, it was Halls of Valor,
Everbloom,
which was a
right?
good one.
No,
And
Everbloom was.
that was season 3. It was Halls of Valor,
Mhm.
Shadow Moon,
What is that? What does that say?
Court of Stars, and there's one more. I don't remember what the last one was.
I don't even know what that was in reference to.
You'll see.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
I did read that guy's comment that he said that he liked that I commented back. I'll try to do that
Oh,
more
Temple of
often.
the Jade Serpent. That one was kind of meh.
Fuck that one, dude. No more panda dungeons. Panda dungeons, leave them in the
I
grave.
thought Temple
where they
was
belong.
good up until the last boss because people still didn't understand how to handle the mechanics.
It's just a shitty. The dungeon just looks bad. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
All right, you want to jump into some comments?
Yeah, let's hit
let's
it.
do
Guess so. I didn't read any of them.
All right, Jack Weber 1205 says, I would love to see how a restaurant fared after implementing the scrap random in, random out method of product rotation.
Well, it wouldn't. So in that scenario, they would have 10. Look, I'm just saying. No, but I'm saying that's not a good metaphor. But like in that scenario where they have like 10 McNuggets ready to go out, like 10 orders of McNuggets, it doesn't matter which one was down first. Really, you gotta have to give the oldest one to somebody. Just give it to a random person. You know,
Here's
am I
the
making
thing.
sense here?
No.
No, because
are
if
you-
I were the person that ordered first and I got the coldest nuggets, I'd be like, what the fuck?
You ordered first, yours was made first. You get the coldest nuggets.
You gotta get 20
But you might get
McNuggets.
the
No one's
No.
getting 10 pieces anymore.
No, 10
No, I was gonna bring up the I asked
like
you
orders.
you're talking about the Titan forging.
No, I just meant
Let's talk
like
about
the
McNuggets.
20-piece chicken nuggets. Yeah, you only get I always get 20 pieces. Who gets 10 pieces anymore?
I don't even eat McNuggets,
I do.
but
I'm
just
trying, I'm trying, based on all the comments everyone says about how I've let myself go, I said, you know what, 20 no more.
the ones that Lythian made.
Well, he's I could genuinely be like razor thin and he'd still tell me something's.
Can I say something to Jack Weber 1205?
You sure can.
I was talking about the auction house, not a restaurant.
I thought she was gonna say fuck
true.
you.
That's it.
Wow.
Okay, next comment.
All right.
Thank you for your comment. though, we love it.
Chessie7860. Oh, I was hoping you guys would have talked about the lore drop that the Harrener possibly are the progenitors of both the elves and trolls as people in an absolute uproar.
Are people in an uproar about that?
So this
I
kind
thought
of
they were
was
like
revealed, although it's been talked about because it was on the PTR mostly, while we were on our week off. Yeah, so there's, and Scrap, I was going to even ask you today, like, did you even do the quest that's like the first chapter of the next patch? So yeah, there's a cinematic where the Harrener bring the trolls and the elves together and say, like, we are all, you know, from a common ancestor. Which again, I think we all kind of like.
But we knew that elves came from trolls. I think what's a bit like, I think I assumed, and maybe everybody else did, that the Harrener were like the link between them because they kind of look like an in-betweeny. So like, you know, when trolls were becoming elves, there was Harrener. You know, they're the missing link, right? But that they're the common ancestor is like, yeah, all right.
Dude, imagine if there was like a Bigfoot-looking race of people that came out and then like just came to us and a bunch of monkeys and were like, we're the missing link between you two. That'd be pretty interesting.
Well, I don't think we're at war with monkeys, so it's not necessarily the same.
Are we at? Is anybody at war with Herondar? I don't think anybody is.
Well,
But the elves
I
know
don't want
they
to get
came.
into like
So-
actual
so-
like politics about it because there's some
But
examples. I would
sorry,
give,
sorry.
but-
Do the elves not know they came from trolls? I thought that was like common knowledge.
So,
I-
yeah, go on. Sorry.
I feel like that was something we not only assumed, I think it was kind of implied via either leaks or just things people saw in quests, and then they just now revealed it. So it's kind of one of those things like we've always kind of known, and now they're finally just confirming
So
it.
Taliesin and Avatel did a good video about this, and there actually is scarce information in the game that would suggest that the lore confirms it. Like it was in
Mhm.
Chronicle, and there was a WoW magazine where they had a drawing that Bran knew it, and he was like writing in his notes. But again, it wasn't like he wrote it as a fact. He wrote it as kind of like he was hypothesizing it.
Speculation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some other things that does kind of confirm that this was known. However, like it's also one of those things where it may have been talked about as if that were the assumption, but no one ever quote unquote confirmed it. And so people were able to kind of dismiss it as that's not true. And this is supposed to be the confirmation of it because like the visions, you're not supposed to be able to see anything that's not true. However,
Right.
Taliesin makes the point that like we are assuming though that the Harenir are infallible when they're very clearly not, and that there is more to the story.
Yeah.
They had to actually
I'm
respond
looking-
to this with a blue post to clear it up because of
Okay.
right. But it doesn't
What was
like
the
at the
blue
end of the
post?
day, like I didn't really. Well, I didn't talk about it because I felt like it had been cleared up by the time we would have recorded, and so it's just like it's come and gone, and everyone's got their answer they were looking for. But at the same time, I don't think any of us really care. Like,
No, I
that's-
don't care. I mean, I'm looking at a Herondar and I'm like, that bro looks like an elf troll. So
I don't
like,
care.
So
I don't
why
care.
were
Move
people
on,
up in
move
arms
on.
about it?
Because they felt like it was retconning to a degree, and that
Oh.
it was like it was putting the missing link while still saying there was another missing link, and it's just like I don't know.
I don't
If
know.
you have a 20-year story, like they're gonna retcon stuff.
I
it is
don't know.
what it
I
is.
guess I thought
Well,
that
they've done more
everybody
egregious
in
stuff, yeah.
lore, including
Yeah.
in lore, like knew that as like a fact. Like they already knew they came from monkeys, pretty much. They're like, hey, yeah, this was there. Are there not any evolutionary scientists amongst the elves? Maybe not. I guess not.
I guess not. The crit.
We have What the Crit giving us an update from last week where I called out that I wanted to hear his or her season 2 journey. So this is what they wrote. As a preface, I think the majority of player-based resilient keys are likely a net benefit. I mean, I think it's a vast majority.
Yeah.
I,
agree.
however, very much dislike what it's made out of the title push. It has amplified the previous issues with title pushing pre-Resil tenfold, and has tightened the band between world first keys and title keys, such that you now need friends that have Resil or a lot of time or both. Best example of this, in my opinion, is a group that spent around 20 hours in a Priory the first Resil season. It is extremely unlikely that they would have been able to acquire that many Priory keys to brick at that level in their normal season play, to have timed that key. There's also a darker side with regards to how much it supports boosting, and I think that's overall been a negative. And of course, he probably wrote this before the news broke of the cheating. As an aside, if y'all ever want to see a 20 or 21, I'm sure plenty of people would be happy
As an
to send
aside,
one or
I
two.
will do this for you. I will boost you. I love it.
I'd be more than happy to. I suspect it won't be as bad as you're all imagining. I agree with you what the crit on that. He didn't or she didn't confirm that they would tell us updates, but I'm curious to see what they think of the cheating scandal. But two, I think
where he's
it's
coming from.
no, I think it's true what they're saying, right? Like, yes, it's definitely tightened the band between what the world first and title keys are.
Yeah.
Mostly because it
encourages
just
boosting.
rewards the idea of like how much time do you have. But as I've already like fought for, like I think that's okay. I think all that matters is did you get the key done, and it further promotes real money transactions or whatever. Yes, but it also further promotes the idea of building a team so that you have that same advantage. And I think that's good for an MMO. Now, yes, do the puggers end up getting like quote unquote punished in this? Maybe, but
Yeah, I don't 100% agree. I feel like I agree with him more, like that for that person, this is a big problem, especially the boosting thing. I love the way he worded it, where he was like, yeah, it sucks that people are using other people's keys to boost it, but like if you guys want to boost, I'll boost you, right? Like Because, like, let's be honest, the only way that we'd see a 2021 key is if somebody like him or
No, I
Zigla or
disagree. I
whoever offers
disagree.
it to
I
us.
think if we were playing Scrap, we haven't played together as a
Right.
team.
I
in
mean now, like if we're
6
gonna see a
weeks.
key now, yeah.
We could. I really think they'd be hard as shit.
We
of
have
course,
next season. Next season, we're gonna prove everybody wrong. But I do feel like maybe Resilient isn't the perfect solution for what these people at title range need to make the game not a slog and also you know, not as rife for boosters. You know, like it should be more punk friendly.
I have seen some people suggest that after 20, your keys are no longer resilient, which
They would
I
hate that
think
even more.
I think could be an interesting fix if they wanted that top end push to be a little more to have a little more variety in it or to make it more
Yeah.
difficult. But what's weird is you start at like a 2 and you push your key up and it's not resilient until you get to 12. And then once you get all 12s, it's resilient. Then it's resilient for 8 key levels, and then it's not resilient anymore. It's just kind of weird.
I don't think it's weird. I think that would help the problem. I still think that it sucks. Like those people up to 20 and plus are still gonna end up doing homework keys. It's just gonna be like more agonizing because you can't just like do this, you know,
We had a
have resilient.
discussion in Larry's Discord earlier where we talked about how the title, like the 1% title in particular, like you could have just made that just get Resil 20 and then you get the mount. And I think that would have been better than making it a title because it's ever moving and it's just kind of becoming
But that makes it
tighter.
more exciting. People play all season. You
Well,
know?
hold on, but there's also the problem then. Okay, cool. It's so much easier to sell that mount.
That's true, but then the people who care about rating can still do like the 0.1% title. If they
I like the percentage titles. I think it's cool. Like
it definitely gives me a motivation to push myself to a new level of playing.
But you do have to play all season.
What key level are you at, Frank?
Well, 18s right now, but that's not the point because I don't have my team with me. I don't want to pug it. I don't want to pug it, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get angry at other people who, in fairness, are playing at a level that they may come off as a complete donkey. But, you know, like I'm going to probably make my own mistakes in these keys, and then I don't want to feel the way that, you know, that I might make myself feel. Anyways, point is, I think none of us are saying that we want to leave the Keystone or the Resilient system as it is right now and say that that's enough. I think we all agree that there could be improvements made to it. But like the whole problem I have with just like what's the purpose of Resilient? Like what is it? It exists for one major
bad luck
reason.
protection.
It's to make sure you don't get your pugs destroying your keys, right?
Pug protection.
They made Resilient because people complained that they wanted it to be easier to push keys, and now that they have it, they realize that well, not that, but now that they have it, they're like, oh, I see why this maybe was in place at first.
But
now
if they did it for that reason, they wouldn't have done it at 12s, right? They would have done it at like 20s or something.
I think remember when they
12s used to be difficult.
They first did it. It was after season season 1,
sure.
which was
but they'd already acknowledged before they talked about the Resilient that they were going to make the keys easier. Because remember, they only talked about Resilient keys late into the PTR cycle. It was like a last minute addition.
Yeah. Listen.
Sorry.
12 to 20 Resilient. Before 12, Resilient.
So
after 20, no Resilient.
The question is,
no,
does
that's
it exist
it. I've put
solely
my
for the
foot
fact
down.
that you are able to quickly do it? Because like 80% of puggers are just worried about filling their vault. So is it just like make Resilient 10 a thing and that's it?
As long as I have Resilient in the keys I'm doing, I don't give a fuck. Like, just whatever makes them. If they take it away from people plus 20, that'll really give them something to complain about. Then they're gonna be like, "Hey, no!"
I agree, but I don't think they.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop debating the same goddamn thing over and over again.
Yeah,
Lythian, what would you do, Lythian?
I want to go to bed.
What would you do, Lythian?
I would like you to move on to the next comment.
He doesn't care, guys. I need to find
out more Resilient keys next week.
All right,
I guess,
number one called out, I think rightfully so. The low-key racism against the Chinese add-on is wild. I think that's my fault because I made a ni hao statement when I was trying to say that that's what it would say whenever you
say ni hao in Chinese in the same sentence.
Was that you? Okay, I thought that was against me, and I was
against IO. It was against IO, but that's fine.
What did he say? No, don't repeat it. Don't repeat it. Anyways, sorry. We'll just take that on the chin.
He was just talking about.
Well, no, I didn't. Don't think I said anything. I don't remember if I said anything like. I don't think I said anything offensive.
He didn't say anything racist.
I was just saying it was a Chinese add-on that people were using that didn't have an English patch originally, and I was just talking about the lengths people were going to
I think
to
the
get
comments are
add-ons.
racist to
Whoa,
put that on
sorry, numbered
to
one
say
or
that
whatever it
Io's
is.
racist about that.
But
What is this Catboy thing in
Okay,
reference
so
to?
Max Scion, or whatever we would say that as, says Lythian finally comes out as a Catboy. Good for him. Lythian, you did not watch last week's episode, did you?
No, man, I've been busy. I got
So Lythian,
turned
just
into a
just
cat?
to
I
give
didn't
you a
watch it
heads up, I used Growl's waffle and Dorky's glasses on top of your, the Twitch image or whatever the podcast image I always use
I
of
don't even
you
know who those people
as
are.
your face. So you were both cats last week in our episode since you didn't have your camera on.
Oh, well, that's fair then. I'm good with that, I guess.
He just wants to go to bed.
All right, Christoph Anderson.
Anderson.
I guess Christopher Anderson. I thought there'd be Christopherson, whatever. Maybe that's Elsa or Frozen to me. All right, Scrap, you responded to this, so I'm going to read it out. People who play in organized groups declare resilient keys pug friendly. Good to know. Currently, I'm not playing, but I think there are some problems articulating with. Oh, we're talking about resilient again, I guess. Does it really Scrap?
No, it's just he was reiterating. I just wanted to clarify to him that we don't we specifically did a challenge where we were pushed as pug only, so we do have a little bit of
resilient did help us a lot with that.
Yeah. So we do
Yeah.
have a little bit of skin in the game. I mean, we did a whole season where we were just playing by ourselves to specifically speak on this issue. I do appreciate the comment. But I just wanted to clarify that no, we're not just like in a group talking about pugs. We specifically went out of our way to spend
We've
an
seen
entire
both
season
sides.
playing by ourselves. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've seen both sides. And Resilient was fucking awesome for that, man. Oh my
Yes,
god.
it was. Especially as a DPS.
Yep.
Especially as a
Yeah.
DPS. Okay, Lithium, what do you not care about or do care about this week?
Sleep?
That's what you
Sleep.
answered that last week. You answered that last week, Lithian.
It's
He's
so
reiterating
applies
it.
right now.
Lithian, what in
reiterating
the
it.
past week has been something that you're
Listen,
like, man, that was awesome?
I said, what? What was the question? I
What
didn't
in the
hear you.
past week has
He's so
happened to
tired.
you that you thought was awesome?
Nothing. I mean, I'm happy to be in Virginia, but I hate all of you right now. And
The
I'm
weather's
selling my
been pretty
BlizzCon
bad.
tickets.
Oh.
All right, he doesn't care
The
about
weather
BlizzCon,
has
folks.
sucked.
Yeah, it's gonna be rain all week. Have you lost power at all? Did you guys get the crazy thunderstorms?
I did, but nothing
No.
crazy.
No,
You lost
so
power yesterday.
so the power issues were partly from thunderstorms, but also partly data center related.
Yes.
But
yeah.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
They're blacking out. Yeah.
Yeah,
my
there
God.
was some issues
Is that why my
there.
lights keep flickering?
Dude,
Yes,
I don't.
that is
We could go. We
exactly
could do a
why.
whole episode on that shit. That makes me.
I'm not
On
gonna get
Virginia
into
data
it though, 'cause
centers?
I want to go to bed. I want to go to
Okay,
bed.
okay.
All
Let's
right,
go to bed.
Lithian. Anything else? Last words.
No, I'll next podcast. I'm gonna give you a whole thing. It's gonna be great.
PowerPoint?
It's gonna
What?
Yeah,
What's happening here?
I'm gonna give you a whole what I care about. Right now, I don't care about anything.
He's doing an IOU.
Is
Yes,
it an
next
IOU, or do you have
IOU.
something on your mind that you're like really excited to talk about and you want to just wait?
No, it's an IOU.
Oh,
I have
fuck,
a lot
okay.
of things
All
on
right.
my mind
Well,
that I want
anyways.
to talk
You
about.
owe us to
It's
care
like a
about.
next week on Raw kind of thing.
Yeah.
Scrap,
Tune in
yeah,
next
scrap,
week.
on
scrap
Raw.
claw. Scrap claw. Last words.
Do you see how cute my dogs are? Like
Oh
they're
my
like
gosh.
laid
The
the
husky?
fuck out. Yeah, my husky.
Your dogs attacked me when I came over there.
Yeah, do you see? Oh wait, did you share the picture of Lythian
didn't
and
share
my
it.
dogs?
I didn't share
Put
it.
it up now, Io.
Put it up now. It's not even
Yeah.
a good picture.
It's a great picture. It's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Lithian just vibing with a dog.
Lithian
Frank-
swung by,
Frank
and I
just
said, "Let me take a
saw-
picture with the dogs."
Frank just saw the picture of us having
Yeah,
lunch.
you guys went to
the other
lunch
day.
with Flux and his wife, and then all three of you are wearing black and like as if you were servers at the restaurant or something.
What? Dude, we wear black because we're cool.
Oh my
You're the
God.
poetry kids.
Yeah.
Hey. All right,
Yeah.
Io, any last words?
Not this week. I'll let Lithian get to bed.
Did anyone go see Odyssey?
Oh, such a good guy.
No, I
No,
haven't seen it yet.
You know what? I FOMO bought a ticket for the IMAX 70mm we have here, and then on Monday I was just so tired I just refunded it. I couldn't bring myself to go because it's like an hour away, so I'd be going at like 7
Yeah, yeah.
o'clock at night.
And it's a
3-hour movie, then I have to
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it with my brother-in-law when I'm in Virginia Beach next week because he's like super into the Odyssey, I guess, like which is an
I'm gonna see
interesting
it
concept
this
to me.
weekend.
But they already fucking saw it in the first day. I was like, what the fuck? You didn't wait for me? Like, rude.
I was getting more and more hyped because every single like outlet was saying it was a masterpiece, blah blah blah. Like
It's a banger.
even the right wingers were kind of like coming back from their hate speech about it because of Elliot Page and saying like, oh, actually, it was a really
Oh.
good movie. Yeah, I saw it, and dude, like it does take a minute to like it wastes no time. It like moves fast.
There's a lot in the story.
But like there's
right?
a whole
just,
bunch like
a lot
if
of-
you know anything about the Odyssey, you kind of just like
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
okay,
I
here
read
comes
it when I
this,
was,
here
like,
comes
in
that, here comes this,
middle
I'm
right?
gonna see it on Sunday, Scrap.
But then there's like a little horror kind of, you know, feel to it at some points. And then the ending just goes hard as fuck. It was awesome.
Well, the
Like,
end, he
how-
like goes back and he kills everybody, right?
well,
Like that's
there
the
you go,
end.
spoilers.
Who hasn't fucking read the Odyssey?
A
I
lot
thought
of
everyone had
people,
to read
Scrap.
that.
A lot of
Oh,
people.
okay, I'm sorry.
They got maybe like a
Like-
chapter in, but they didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just I was saying this to my friends. Like a lot of people talk about how Chris Nolan's like the best director. I personally think he might be one of the best screenwriters of all time because like he is so good at using like Chekhov's guns and stuff
Yeah.
without making you feel, because you know, like sometimes you watch a movie and they have a Chekhov gun kind of scenario. For those who don't know, it's like where they introduce an item or an object that you're like, why are they
The
talking
gun
about
on the wall.
yeah,
someone's
why
gonna
are they
use it.
talking about that
That's
gun on the wall right now?
it. Mhm.
And then like at the end of the movie, they go, oh, the gun on the wall, and they use it or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he's so good at doing that. And for those that watch it, he has a bow and he does something with the bow every time he's hunting. And it comes back as a kind of a Chekhov's gun at the end of the movie. And again, that's like where the moment you just go, oh shit
Right.
is going down. It's
Okay,
it's just
sick.
hype as fuck. I'm gonna go see it again. I loved it every second of it. So
We'll come
that's
up
my
to Virginia
recommendation.
Beach. Maybe I'll come see it with Lythian and my sister, my sister.
I
and
would
brother-in-law
consider
already saw it.
doing it if it was a true IMAX, but the closest one to us would be Philadelphia, and I'm not driving to Philadelphia.
What is there one in Anaheim? Will it still be in theaters when we're in?
Ooh,
Yeah,
it won't
it's
be.
probably won't
No,
be
that's
out by
September. It won't
BlizzCon.
be that.
If there's an IMAX 70mm, they're gonna show this movie as long as they are allowed to, because I mean
Well,
they paid a lot of money for that.
They might have
projector.
like
they're gonna want to use it.
yeah, but like Spider-Man's coming out next week, so that's gonna eat up some IMAX
I
time.
don't know if I want to spend 3 hours of my time in Anaheim
don't.
watching a movie. Like,
That's true too, especially since we
Yeah.
have to record a pod there.
yeah,
I was about to say we're not gonna have probably as much fun time outside of the convention as we would like, I'm sure.
No.
yeah.
But
no.
All right, wrap it up. Just
All
gotta
right,
go to bed.
Lythian, go to bed. That's
I gotta
episode
do 2
94,
more time
everyone.
walkings.
Yeah. That's episode 94, everyone. Again, I don't know. We're kind of touch and go on whether we'll have an episode next week. But obviously, if news like this keeps continuing to happen, we'll come back. You can expect to see Keystone Kindergarten soon. I've actually made really good progress on them. So, you'll see those as I get a date for when the season officially starts and drop those. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all maybe next week. Take care.
bye bye.